Thank you.
Today's game is brought to you by Minnesota State University Moorhead, WDAY Extra, Dragon Athletics, and Go Team Productions presents Minnesota State University Moorhead Dragons football. Today, it's the battle for the axe. Once again, an old rivalry renewed as the Dragons take on Bemidji State. It is snowing, it is wet, it is sleeting, it is football weather. And good Saturday afternoon to you, and welcome inside Shields Field at Alex Nemzik Stadium in Moorhead. My name is Steve DeStacio alongside my good friend Don Groth. Here we go, the battle for the axe. There's no playoff implications, maybe an NSIC North title on the line, but still, huge football game here to close out 2019 at home.
No doubt about it, and what a better way to do it on a cold November day against the Beavers, and it's fantastic.
When you talk about rivalries, this is the second longest traveling trophy, the Battle for the Axe. You researched it earlier today. What is it? The Battle for Seattle?
Yeah, no, for the cup out there, and
Yep.
There's a couple of schools that play each other. Out in Washington, and it's got a long standing, a little bit longer.
When you played this game, how much more special meaning did it have?
Well, that axe you wanted to bring back with you on the bus, or you wanted to keep it here, and I know these guys are thinking the same thing. It was a big deal.
Every year before the season, I would ask the old good Dr. Ralph Michelli, who was here during my first years of broadcasting, what are you playing for this season? Beat Concordia, win the Axe, and win conference. Those were the three goals.
Those were the three goals every single year, no doubt about it.
All right,
and make the playoffs.
If so, the
Yeah,
Dragons
but you had to win the conference to usually do that.
Dragons haven't done that since 1994. That is Brent Bolte. He is the head coach who took over for longtime Bemidji State head coach and former Dragons standout Jeff Tesh. You do see the snow coming down. It is wet, and the field conditions, it could be a little slick here today. So Brent Bolte, in his third year as full-time head coach, he was interim for a year after Jeff Tesh left Bemidji State. So his counterpart, Steve Lockway. There's offensive coordinator Rob Hunt as he gets ready and scheme against Bemidji State. Steve Lockway, in his ninth year, he's had success against Bemidji State.
Oh, yeah, he had every other year. He's got 6 wins, but it's every other year.
All right, so it's the Dragons and Bemidji State getting set. The Dragons are in their grays, Bemidji State in their whites here this afternoon. Here's Matthew Plezai ready to kick it off. Michael Junker, Mikhail Harn deep. Here's a knuckler. Just going to stay in bounds. It will. At the 5-yard line. This is Michael Junker, and he's going to get piled up at about the 25, 26-yard line, and that's where Bemidji State will start here this afternoon. We have a third member of our broadcast team. Welcome, Kaylee Sudlicek. Kaylee.
Hi, guys. So, as you can tell, it's snowing on the field, and it's creating a bit of a slick, but I don't see it being a problem today.
All right, Kaylee, thank you very much. Don, I asked Sam Harris before the game, the center for the Dragons. Do you like playing in these kind of games as one of those road graders, one of those piggies?
Oh, yeah, you love it because you know, number one, they're going to run the ball a little bit more, both sides of the ball. Both offenses are going to want to establish a run.
All right, here we go. Emmett Enright is the quarterback, and he'll hand off. And you said this is what we were going to see. Bemidji State runs it. They're the fourth best running offense in the NSIC at 174 yards per game. Don, I need some keys to a Dragons victory here this afternoon.
Well, number one, you'll see listed there is limit the turnovers. If the Dragons want to win this game, it's limit the turnovers. They got to need to run the ball, and special teams have to play outstanding.
I talked to, that was Jalen Fry. He's fourth in the NSIC with just over 800 rushing yards. It looks like Bemidji State wants to go up tempo. He said he is getting traction on his plant foot. Fry looks like he got enough for a first down. He needed 2. and he got 2 and a little bit more. So Bemidji State looks like they're determined to run the football early.
Same thing that the Dragons are going to want to do when they get the ball back. Establish that run, especially in this kind of weather. You need to be able to run the ball between the tackles.
Emmett Enright to put it up for the first time. He's got a man deep. Caught. One man to beat. This is going to be a Bemidji State touchdown. This is Malik Williams as he got loose. His team leading 7th touchdown this season, and Bemidji State grabs the early lead.
Looks like it's a 63-yard touchdown pass, and defensive back got hung up just a little bit, allowing that receiver to be wide open, but they threw it right down the middle.
I wonder if the Dragons were expecting run. Bemidji State 3 runs, a first down, and then a deep Enright strike. This is Mason Hofer on for the point after, and this one is good. So a quick start for Bemidji State. 13:42 remaining here in the first quarter for Moorhead. In the snow, it's Bemidji State 7, the Dragons nothing.
Heading to Fargo Moorhead to get away and have a little fun? Book your room at the highly rated Microtel Inn & Suites. It's conveniently located just off 8th Street and I-94. Clean rooms and all the amenities you need to relax and recharge after a fun day out. Plus, when you wake up, you can enjoy a free hot breakfast. What are you waiting for? Book your room today at the Microtel Inn & Suites in Moorhead. Call 218-284-4022 or visit microtelmoorhead.com.
Let's take a look at our quarterback comparison. There's Emmett Enright. He was not labeled to be the starting quarterback this season. It was Jared Henning, but he got hurt against Minnesota Duluth. Jacob Sinani, 3-1 as a starter for the Dragons. Plus, they got that victory at Northern State. We're going to look at a graphic later on, Don. A lot of those pass yards, they were last week as he set the school record with 513.
Amazing day last week. An amazing day for Jacob Sinani.
Hofer to boot this thing away, a high end-over-end kick. Here's a fair catch being called for by senior Zach Sweep, and the Dragons will start at the 25-yard line. It is wet, it is cold. Unlike last year, at least the wind's not blowing downstairs. What flags there are in this stadium, they're all pretty limp. Wet, but limp.
Yeah, wet, but you can deal with the snow versus a constant rain. There's a little reprieve here. It's a little drier than a straight rain. So when you look at it that way, ball control is number one, but it shouldn't be a big problem.
Sinani on the move. He'll throw. Incomplete. As I believe that's Ryan Bieberdorf was out of bounds. The Dragons are wearing those gray, it was Bieberdorf, those gray uniforms with red numbers. It's a little dark, the lights are on, and it's snowing outside, so sometimes your guess is as good as ours. That was Bieberdorf, who had an amazing week last week as well. 13 catches for 153 yards. Both Bieberdorf and Richter, Don, were over 100 yards in the first half.
Right, and Richter ended up with over 200 on the day.
Yep.
Amazing. Like I said before, when you complete 40 passes out of 51, that's a big day.
Offense.
513
Number
yards
73.
by Jacob Sinani.
5-yard
and the
penalty.
Dragons passing offense,
Second down.
phenomenal.
Rolf Erickson is our white hat today. The Dragons jumped. It's going to be 2nd and 15 from their own 20-yard line. Bemidji State leads at 7-0 on an Emmett Enright to Malik Williams 63-yard strike. This is Sinani. He'll dump it, and I believe that's Connor Hinkie, and it is. He'll make a sliding catch. That is Hinkie's 2nd catch this season.
Second catch, and he came all the way across the formation to make that crossing pattern. Jacob Sinani looked at number 1, looked at number 2, had to come to the final choice there and was able to connect and pick up some positive yardage.
Last week, it was easy pickings. It looked like easy pickings. There were guys wide open wearing Dragon numbers all afternoon long. Here, Jacob Sinani
Progressions.
looking over his progressions. He'll need to here as well. It's 3rd and 6. He'll loft it. and it's intercepted. This is grabbed by Michael Junker. He's first in the NSIC. This is his 6th interception. That was an easy one, as Sinani overshot his intended receiver. And your first key to a victory, if I remember correctly, was limit turnovers.
Oh, exactly, and especially in the inclement weather and late in the season. You need to take care of the ball, and that means not to throw interceptions. Here he overtrained just a little bit, trying to fit it into a small window.
If that's all it takes to lead the NSIC in interceptions, I could lead the league in interceptions. That was easy pickings.
Center fielder.
For Michael Junker. Here comes Fry again. Fry loose into the secondary. He'll bulldog his way to about the 10-yard line. He'll pick up 18 yards right up the chute.
Wow. He's got some quick feet, and that offensive line, Steve, has been able to open up the holes in the run game for the Beavers.
That's Malik Williams. He scored a touchdown a couple of moments ago, and he can't get by Mike McClanahan. Matt Show. That's a good pursuit to blow that play up. This will be a 2nd and goal. So they say Fry got right to the 10-yard line, as you see the offensive starters presented by Promotional Solutions. This is 2nd and goal from the 17-yard line for Bemidji State. Fry looking for some running room on the left side. He'll get across the 15 and pick up 2.
Another great job by the offensive line. That last play was designed to go outside. Tell you what, I think the Beavers offensive coordinator said, yeah, enough of that. They tried to get outside with Malik Williams. Now they're going back inside between the tackles.
This is 3rd and goal from the 14-yard line. 3 wide on the near side. Enright, incomplete. He was looking for Brendan Bolio, but threw it a little behind him, and now the field goal unit will come on. This has been a little suspect for Bemidji State. Mason Hofer is 5 of 10, and now, and a former kicker, remember us kickers are soft.
Right.
Any element.
Especially with this weather,
Any
right?
element, right?
Yep.
Well, I mean, you've got more things to contend with. The footing, making sure your holder puts the ball down properly. It's Riggs Tamboro to put it down. Hofer on its way, has plenty of leg, but he missed it. So the Dragons turn the ball over, Don, but they dodge a bullet.
Yes, they definitely dodged a bullet on that one, giving that ball up on the interception. Now they're going to get their chance on the offensive side of the ball and see if they can take care of it this time. Defense did their job. They gave up a couple big plays, but they were able to hold things and bend, don't break, and then have a missed field goal. Now let's see what the Dragons can do on offense.
Why, if you're Bemidji State, did you abandon the run in that situation? It looked like Jalen Fry was having his way with the Dragons secondary and defensive line.
Oh yeah, and the offensive line between the tackles, they were giving up some nice big holes.
That's Ty Jokum, and he's going to get pushed down. He started, as you see, his fellow starters on the right, presented by Promotional Solutions. Ty Jokum assumed the starting position midway through October. He's done a nice job. One game over 100 yards last week, and the week before nearing 100 yards. That's what this Dragon team has been looking for all season long, a running identity. This is 2nd and 5. Jokum again. Almost lost the ball, and then he's going to get clubbed down. Gunnar Feldhage. You know, there was a guy named Gunnar who played the last 4 years for Bemidji State. You know where he is now? Returning kicks for the New England Patriots. As you see, the defensive starters for Bemidji State.
Yeah, Gunnar Olszewski.
Olszewski.
What a great defensive back, special teams player.
Talent.
Absolutely. He played the game the right way, and he played it hard every single down.
This is 3rd and 3 for the Dragons. Sinani maybe sees something as he has an empty backfield. He'll throw, but he's not going to have a first down. Grady Bresnahan did not find the stick. He found the 29-yard line, a yard short.
Right. He's got to get past that stake and then come back to the ball. This time Grady did not get past the 30-yard line, and where he caught the ball will be 1 yard short, and the punting unit will come on for the Dragons.
Yeah, that's a mistake. If that's a mistake that you usually don't see, or it's a play that Grady Bresnahan you're not accustomed to seeing. He didn't even have a catch in Jacob Sinani's last week. This is Blake Oxendorf, a wobbler. Michael Junker on the run at the 39-yard line. He'll get grabbed, but he does get 2 more yards. There's Carson Zark. He's had a pretty good season, both defensively and on special teams this season.
Yes, he has. In fact, he started it out right up in Crookston that first game, picking up that scoop and score off the fumble recovery.
That's right.
Second play of the game. Unbelievable. But he's had a great year. In fact, he started out as a defensive back. He's been a safety for most of his career, injured a couple of times. They moved him up to outside linebacker, and he's been able to be a factor in this defense for the Dragons.
Straight ahead is Makeo Harn. He averages 2.8 yards per run. It's 7-0 Bemidji State. Steve DeStatio, Don Groth, Kylie Sedlacek roaming the sidelines, probably cold and wet like everybody else downstairs. It's 2nd and 8. Here comes Harn again, and he's still on his feet, but he's running laterally and doesn't get much. He might have even lost a yard, as you see the Dragon defensive starters presented by Promotional Solutions.
And you look at those guys, Hunter Saul and Derek Brzezinski, and also Darius Wood-Steichen. That defensive line is pretty salty, and the linebackers are good. The Beavers are trying to go outside when they had much success on their last drive and the drive before that, running between the tackles. I'm not sure what their coach is doing.
Enright averaging or throws at 56%, or 56% completion rate. It's 3rd and 8. He's back to pass. Being chased by Hunter Sal, and then he's going to get taken down. An excellent play. That's DeAndre Taylor. Reigning Northern Sun defensive player in the he didn't get
it last week.
Had the resume for it, though.
Oh, yes, he did, and he ended that game up in Minot with a pick 6. Fantastic play last week.
13 tackles for DeAndre Taylor last week, and the pick 6 with 2 seconds left. I talked to Abe Rourke after the game. I said, it was 42-20. Did he really have to do the pick 6? He goes, I would.
Heck yeah. Well, that ball gets in your hands, you're going to run it for sure.
This is Jacob Anderson. Oh, that's a beauty. Grady Bresnahan from the 8. Not a lot of real estate. And there's Michael Junker, who had the interception earlier today. And he'll make the tackle in front of Kylie Sedlacek. She's a goalie, though. She's tough. She can handle these inclement conditions, I would think.
Oh, for sure. You got that right. She's got that hat on, too. Keep the snow off her nose. That was a nice return back by Grady Bresnahan. About 11, 12-yard return for that punt. Folks, an 8, 9, 10-yard return on a punt is excellent for an average. So getting 12 is a pretty good job for the Dragons.
Sinani under pressure, and he's taken down. He'll get sacked by Gabe Ames. This guy's good, and he's been good for the last 2.5 years, a junior out of Rosemount, Minnesota. That's his team-leading 4th tackle this season. Ames in the shadow of a Gunnar Olszewski his first 2 years. This might be one of the leaders on this Bemidji State squad.
Right, and he's a junior, so he's got another year next year for the Beavers. Coach Bolte.
So this will be 2nd and 15. Sinani again. Throwing towards Bresnahan. It's incomplete in front of the Dragon sideline. That's good coverage by Ryan Kennard. He was helped out by Gunnar Feldhage. So this will set up a 3rd and 15 for the Dragons, who are 0 for 1 on conversion so far.
And that looked like it was almost a forced throw by Jacob Sinani, trying to force that ball into Grady Bresnahan. Now, Grady's a great receiver. He can go up and come down with that ball, and he catches the balls in lots of tight spots. But that over-the-top coverage, when you've got Gunnar Feldhage coming over on the top to help out, is a little tough to find that window and make that make that catch.
Sinani in trouble again. He'll go down. Second sack, that's Yaqub Muhammad, an inside linebacker and a sophomore out of Kansas City, Missouri. Bemidji State came in with 24 sacks this season. They got 24 and 25 on that 3-and-out.
Wow. And honestly, that was just a little bit too long time to hold on to that ball. Jacob Sinani's got to read things a little bit quicker and be able to get that ball out of his hands to avoid those sacks.
Oxendorf gets off an end-over-ender. This is Junker with some room. There's that 10 yards you were talking about, and this will set up Bemidji State with outstanding field position. At the Dragons' 38-yard line, they lead at 7-0 here with just under 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Steve, this weather is not a factor right now at all. The ball is seems to be handled very well, offensively, defensively, even in the kicking game. Things are not overwhelmed and wet, so that's not a problem. The Dragon defense now has to come up with another stop.
Fry. Clotheslined by Carson Zark, the old one-on-one. Both guys wearing number 1, and the guy wearing number 1 in gray got the better of the guy in white wearing number 1.
Yeah, he read that play perfectly, folks. If you see how he just scraped right down the line from his outside linebacker position, was able to knock him down for a loss.
Enright going to get a first down here. He finds Jacob Anderson, who's also the punter. That's his 21st catch
For
this
a punter?
season. Yeah.
Wow.
So this will be a first down for the Beavers from the 26-yard line. Here comes Fry. He'll get grabbed and taken down. That's Shad Vita, the junior out of Velva, North Dakota. I'm sure he had friends and family. I saw his father there last week from 30 miles from Minot.
Oh, for sure. Velva out there real close to Minot. We're sure glad he chose to come here and play for the Dragons. He's one of the surest tacklers on this team, Steve. When he gets a hold of a guy, he's not getting away. He's one of the top tacklers on this team.
Third, in fact. Had 11 last week. Enright. That ball might have gotten tipped, but it's still grabbed. Boy, I could see DeAndre Taylor's eyes just light up. Or was that Habanamani Simone? Just his eyes just lit up, thinking interception. But a great catch by Brendan Bolio.
And he breaks on the ball, just about perfect timing. He just couldn't get in front of him there. But he did make the tackle. They did get a first down.
Too wide on the near side for the Beavers. This is Fry with some running room. A flag goes down, so does Fry after a 6-yard pickup, and we'll see what Rolf Erickson has to say.
The first Dragon shooting through that hole missed the tackle. He might have had a tackle for a loss, but he just missed the running back Fry.
Here's Rolf Erickson.
Holding, offense, number 48. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, first down.
It's fullback Matt Gross, and that's Bemidji State's first penalty. And boy, this Dragon defense has been on its heels from the get-go. They got the 63-yard touchdown from Enright to Malik Williams. The Junker interception. The Dragon defense came up with the goods as Bemidji State missed a field goal. And now they've got the ball at the Dragon 23-yard line. Here comes Fry. Breaks a tackle. Fry's still on his feet. And then he's going to get pushed out of bounds by Matt Show. But not till he gets to the 12-yard line. This will set up a 2nd and 5.
Sure looked like Simone had the initial hit, but wasn't able to wrap up. And that's how the running back Fry was able to pick up those extra yardage.
Low snap, Enright. This is a lateral. It goes to Williams. And he'll get stopped at about the 6-yard line. That's Habanamana Simone making the tackle.
1 or 2 yard gain on that to the 11.
So this will bring up a 3rd and 4. The Dragon defense has been terrific for the most part in these 3rd down situations. In fact, they went a 2-game stretch, stopping 19 of 22. They give it to Fry. He gets hit and taken down. Hunter Saul, and I think Carson Zark and James Egerton on the tackle. And once again, Bemidji State is just going to get a field goal opportunity, as there you see the pileup. Also in for the Dragons, Hayden Carr, just a freshman out of Champlain Park, Minnesota. So here comes Hofer. He's already missed from about this distance. This is a 27-yard field goal attempt.
Yeah, he pulled the last one. Let's see what happens here.
Low snap. And I think he missed that one to the right, and he did. It was a low snap, botched from the beginning. There's where some weather may have factored as the Dragons watch another bullet fly by their ears.
Right, and a little bit of a bad snap on that try for the field goal, but it looked like the holder got the ball set, and then the kicker was able to come through on it, but he just pushed it to the right. So he pulled that first one. Now he pushed this one. And you would know how that goes with kickers.
Once a kicker sees something go awry, they want things to be perfect. Good snap, perfect hold, put it down right on the spot. I'll do the rest, or the kicker will do the rest.
Right.
But that was botched with the bad snap.
Yep. Yeah, and then all the timing feels off, I'm sure, and the whole works.
Here's Sinani going long. There's pushing and shoving on the far sideline as that ball was intended for Bieberdorf. This will be 2nd down.
And he was covered by number 2, DeVell Fox. DeVell Fox, 5'11", 185-pound senior out of Chicago, Illinois, running step for step with Bieberdorf out there on the sideline.
This Dragon offense has done a whole lot of nothing so far. Sinani, 2 of 6. He's gotten sacked a couple times. He has the interception. Here he's going to give the ball to Jokum. He's going to get stopped for a short gain. This is going to bring up a 3rd and 8. That's a good one-on-one tackle by Lucas Ruas, a senior inside linebacker out of Bern, Switzerland.
Bern, Switzerland. Wow.
From Bern to Bemidji, the Lucas Ruas story. Sounds like we need to call Sean Rice. This is a 3rd and 10 for the Dragons.
Yeah, no gain for the Dragons on that Jokum delayed, or if you want to call that run play in between the tackles, just a little bit of a draw.
Sinani finds Bresnahan. Can he get to the sticks? He came up a yard shy last time. He comes up a yard shy this time.
Only he had to gain about 6 of those yards on his own, making a step back. And a great move here to get loose. Just not enough real estate to be able to pick up that 1st down.
So Steve Lockway will play the conservative route once again, bring on Blake Oxendorf, and Michael Junker is standing back at his own 39-yard line. We got a whistle, and Dragons are going to be backed up 5.
And putting Blake back there to punt the ball, especially when you have your back up against the
kicking team number 25.
Your own
5-yard
end
penalty.
zone, and you're this deep in your own territory. It's a pretty good thing. He's been really, really good all year long. 55, coming into today, he had 55 punts for an average of 39.9 yards.
Oxendorf, that ball might have gotten tipped. Here's Junker in some heavy traffic. He'll make the catch at the 48-yard line. That's a 24-yard punt, and that ball might have gotten tipped on. You and I were talking about this game in Minot. I had the privilege of being there, and the Dragons rewrote some records last week.
Yeah, amazing. Jacob Sinani, 40 completions. That's a school record, along with the 512 yards passing in one game is a school record. Jake Richter became that 5th Dragon in history to record 200-plus yards in a game, and the defense did really well all year long, too.
Yeah, you talked about the Carson Zark scoop 6.
Yes.
The first game of the season.
Scoop and score, you bet.
DeAndre Taylor and Parker Severson, who's injured,
yes,
got a pick 6
Yep.
here. So
Yep.
the Dragons scored their 3rd defensive touchdown of the season. We're under a minute here in the first quarter. It's been dominated by Bemidji State. This is Jalen Fry into the secondary. He'll slide down, but he's going to get a first down at the Dragon 35-yard line.
Jalen Fry at 5'8", 170 pounds is what they have him listed at. He looks a little thicker than that. Out of Matomidi, Minnesota. He's not super fast, but he's got quick feet, and he's able to pick his way in through the holes. Not this time, though.
That was Harn. No, it was Fry. He got taken down. That's Vita. He wrapped up that time, and it looks like Bemidji State's going to make that the last play of this first quarter as Enright comes back over here, and he's going to instruct his guys to get over to the sideline. A first quarter dominated by the visitors. Bemidji State, in the battle for the axe, leads the Dragons 7-0.
Get fired up for the new shop MSUMDragons.com, the official online store of Dragon Athletics, featuring top brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Columbia, and more. Get gear in women's, youth, toddler, and infant sizes, perfect for all of our Dragon fans. Support your favorite Dragon team with Select a logo. Anything custom ships in 72 hours. And take your tailgating to the next level with items like bleacher chairs, tailgate tents, and lawn chairs. Get the gear and support your team with profits going directly to Dragon Athletics from shop MSUMDragons.com.
All right, let's take a look at the NSIC standings presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Don, there is still some hardware to be played for, not just the wooden hardware, the battle axe, as the Dragons are only a game behind Minnesota Duluth in the NSIC North.
Right, there's still that opportunity to win the north half of the NSIC, or at least tie for it if they can, if they can get a win here, and the Bulldogs will see a loss.
Minnesota State Mankato, second in the region.
And 9-0 on the season right now.
And they're playing at the University of Sioux Falls this afternoon. So there is some, along with this game, some pretty important football being played in the Northern Sun, including here. This is 2nd and 11. Emmett Enright back to pass. He's throwing long. Was that ball intercepted? No. Boy, DeAndre Taylor thought he had his third this season. What an outstanding effort.
And I would love to see this replay. I'm thinking he actually corralled that ball before he hit the ground. Right there. Oh, nope, it bounced.
No, you can see it move.
Yep. He didn't pull it into his belly. I thought he pulled it into his belly, but it came back out just a little bit right as he was hitting the ground.
This is 3rd and 11. They try the draw with Fry. Watch out. Fry. Loose, near sideline. Fry in second gear, 10-5. Did he get in?
No, he's out of bounds.
He's out at the 2. So Fry gets 34 on 3rd and 10.
And they looked like they had an opportunity to tackle him in the backfield, but he was elusive.
So this will be a 1st and goal for Bemidji State. And they're going to go Wildcat. It's Fry in the backfield by his lonesome. And a whistle.
Got a false start on the tight end.
Offense, number 88, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Andrew Manueli, sophomore out of Chino, California. And that'll prompt Bemidji State to put their quarterback back in. It's Brent Bolte. Fry was going to go Wildcat. He doesn't have he has 7 touchdowns this season. Here's Enright throwing towards the end zone. I'll loop it up, and it's caught. Touchdown, Bemidji State. Brendan Bolio with his 5th touchdown reception this season, and it's 13-0.
Bolio is 2nd on the team coming into today with the number of catches, but leads the Beavers with coming into today with 669 yards in receptions, and now his 5th touchdown.
Hofer on for the point after try. He's missed a couple of field goals, but he's hit a couple of extra points. We'll take a break. 14-15 remaining first half. It's Bemidji State 14, the Dragons nothing.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
Make every ATM a free ATM with a Gate City Bank checking account. You can use any ATM for free with unlimited automatic fee refunds. Contact us or visit gatecitybank.com. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life. Member FDIC. Don, the third member of our broadcast crew, does not have the privilege of being up here in a warm press box. Kaylee, has it gotten any warmer down there?
It hasn't. It is still very much snowing, and it's maybe getting even heavier. So.
Is the wind blowing at all down there? The flags look like they're not doing much.
No, the wind is not bad at all. So that's why I don't think it's playing a big impact on the game. The snow's kind of just coming down, but nothing to do with the game.
You've got a cart there you can duck under, and that's all I can offer you for shelter.
That's all I got.
All right, thank you very much, Kaylee.
Thank you.
So,
Nice return by Zach Sweep on that kickoff return. Brings it out to the 32-yard line for the Dragons. Best field position that they've had.
All right, Don, this offense has been dormant so far. What are you looking for?
Zero. They need to run the ball. They got to establish that offensive line and run that ball.
They try to run that ball, bad handoff, and now Sinani's going to go down. I don't know if that was an RPO, if Jokum didn't grab the ball or play action or what it was, but it was ugly.
Well, usually running backs don't grab the ball. They give a breadbasket open, and they've got an opening and their arms are spread, and when that ball is left there, they feel it, and if it's left there, they got to close up on it. That time it looked like Sinani was pulling it back away from Jokum.
2nd and 17. Bresnahan in motion. Sinani back. He'll give it to Ty Jokum. There's a little bit of running room, then he'll go down. Alex Hoffman, his final battle axe game, a senior out of Lakeville, Minnesota.
That is the third draw play that the Dragons have sent in for an offensive play that have only yielded about 2 or 3 yards total between the three. They need to attack this defense right at its heart, and that means between the tackles, a little zone blocking, and get the offensive back and Jokum just pounding it right up in there and get to the second level. They need to establish this run.
178 total yards for Bemidji State, 10 for the Dragons here on 3rd and 15. Bemidji State just declined a penalty. It was an illegal shift. Didn't matter. Sinani's in a whole boatload of trouble again. And for the third time this afternoon, the Beavers get him.
All out blitz there. They brought the front 4 and 3 linebackers.
I think Logan Steening, 96, junior out of here in Fargo, got him. This Dragon offense, nothing. Against Augustana, they got beat here 48-3 at home. On the road, they're playing really, really well. It's a pretty good kick by Oxendorf. Junker has it at the 40, and he'll get taken down at the 45 by T.J. Neal. Is there something the Dragons used to use this as a real good home field advantage up until last year? Now, not so much this year.
Right, and I don't think it's anything that they're doing or not doing. But right now, the offensive line has not been prepared to go out and compete against this defensive line of the Bemidji Beavers. They aren't getting it done up front, Steve.
Emmett Enright, 6 of 8, 94 yards so far. He'll hand off this time, and a big pile up on the Dragons logo for nothing. 12 and a half minutes remaining. This is a doubleheader day here on WDAY Extra for the 3rd straight occasion. After this football broadcast, we'll go inside where it's not snowing, and the Dragon volleyball team will take on nationally ranked Southwest Minnesota State. Here's Carson Zark. Another big tackle. This time he got Mikhail Horn again. as Harn has not had the success that Jalen Fry has.
Right, Jalen Fry has had better holes to run through, I think, or the defense of the Dragons just getting fed up with the fact of being chewed up by the offense of the Beavers, and now they're putting their heels in the ground and going to try to make a couple stops.
Free play for Bemidji State. This is Dell Duncan Busby. He'll get to the 49-yard line, but there was a Dragon that jumped on the far side.
Yeah, the defensive lineman got off just a little bit quick, so you'd have encroachment there. Defense offsides.
That was your guy.
Darius
Wood-Steichen.
He got a little anxious there, didn't he?
Well, this defense as a whole has made some plays, but not really individually. This is 3rd and 4. Wood-Steichen, big pink shirt on the other side. Now Steve Lockway doesn't like what he sees, and he's going to take a timeout. We'll take a break. 11:38 remaining here in the first half. Bemidji State leads the Dragons 14-0.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
The official online store of the Dragons is shopmsumdragons.com with over 1,300 officially licensed items to show off your Dragon pride. That's shopmsumdragons.com. This is a Don growth kind of day here. It is wet, it is dank, and there is a lot of tradition here on the field, but it's being dominated by the guys in white and green. 3rd and 4, the Dragons show blitz. Here comes Carson Zark on the near side. They can't get to end right, but they might have put enough pressure on him to make him get rid of that ball early.
Oh, no doubt he had to throw it early, and he got the wind knocked out of him. That was a blast right to the midsection. If you watch here, folks, the rush comes on the blitz. He's able to get there.
Zark.
Yeah.
This is 4th down, and Jacob Anderson.
Again, another big play by the defense. They bend. They're bending. They're not breaking so bad.
There's that individual play we were just talking about. Anderson on to kick it away. Good kick by Anderson. This is a beauty. A spiral down to about the 8-yard line, and Grady Bresnahan has nowhere to go. That's Michael Junker. He has the interception. He has a tackle defensively. Now he has a tackle on double team. That's maybe a defensive hat trick.
Oh, no doubt about that. He's a player. He gets after it, and he's effective in all of those aspects on the defensive side and the special teams. You know, you said that a day like this is kind of something for me. Yeah. Now, it would be different if this field wasn't field turf. In the old days, when you were playing on real grass, and it was this time of year, and it was kind of that half-frozen, not all the way wet, muddy piece, it slowed down all those fast guys on defense, and it slowed down all the fast guys on offense, and you really had to dominate between the tackles.
Here comes Jokum as the Dragons are trying to get this running game going, and they're getting nothing. That is Jokum's 4th carry, and
he picked up 1.
Okay, he's got 8 then.
He's got 8.
He's not getting them in chunks.
No.
He's getting them in nuggets and pebbles.
Ones and twosies. Yeah, not what the offensive line for the Dragons want to see. And I'll tell you what, they salted the game away down at Southwest, and because they knew how to run the ball and they were able to be effective up front.
Here's Bresnahan. Could not get by Zoli Kaplan, and there's the Dragons' first down today.
There you go. 10:44 left in the second quarter here in this first half, and there's a first down, so that's a big bright spot for the Dragons.
You see the scores rolling along the bottom. There's Wayne State leading Augustana. Augustana in the playoff hunt nationally. Sinani throws near side. He's got Jake Richter. That's his first catch today. And his forward progress will get stopped after a minimal gain.
I think he picked up about 9 on that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Don.
Yeah,
You're right. I'm sorry.
He just couldn't get himself free from that safety who grabbed him around the waist. Tried to shake him off, but wasn't able to pick up the extra yard to pick up the first down.
I wasn't looking at the first down stick, or I was looking at the first down stick, but not as the first down stick.
Right. On the near sideline, they only have one.
Right.
And then they have the down marker. So that's what you were looking at.
Ah.
I'll give you that.
All right, Sinani looking long for Richter, and he's gone. Goodbye, Jake Richter. This will be a 71-yard touchdown, and there's that spark that you were talking about this Dragon team needed.
And they definitely needed that spark. And that time, Jake Richter was able to separate himself on the sideline from the defensive back. The defensive back, I think, stumbled right at the last second, just as that ball was delivered. And Jake was able to get that step on him and then take it to the house for 6 points. So great job, Jake Richter. Nice throw, Jacob Sinani.
Perhaps I should not give my input. I thought Richter pushed off.
Well, it was close.
Maybe there was chicken fighting on the other side that I didn't see.
Right. Well, and right here on that play, that defensive back stumbled just a little bit and actually touched his shoulder to Jacob's waist.
Okay.
And that's what I saw anyway.
I'm sure Dragon fans agree with you. Diaz hits the extra point. Don and I love to agree
to disagree.
10-14 remaining in the first half. The Dragons are on the board. Dragon Swim School is second to none in the FM area. Visit MSUMDragons.com/swim for more information. Learning to navigate the water is easy with the help of the Dragon Swim School. Steve DeStacio, Don Groth, Kaylee Sudlicek with you from Shields Field at Alex Nemzik Stadium, where the Dragons are on the board. They didn't do much, but they got the first down, and then they got the big strike to Richter.
Right. I mean, they got that first down, and I think it was a real confidence booster. I was going to say something. This kind of weather, Kaylee's from the state of Washington, near Seattle.
Yeah.
This is probably pretty common this time of year out there.
Maybe not so much snow, but the precipitation and cold. This is Harn. They'll get back to the 29-yard. Actually, that was Junker.
Junker again.
So from the 29-yard line. Now this Bemidji State squad. They have dominated this football game, Don, yet they're only up by 7.
Right. They have 2 missed field goals.
Oh, that's right.
Right. The defense for the Dragons held them out of the zone 2 different times after interception and after bad field position and a couple of sacks and a bad punt. So the defense has done well for the Dragons. They got to come up with another stop.
Here comes a run and some more broken tackles, and Fry will get 5 or 6. We're under 10 minutes remaining, first half.
And they're going tempo.
They went tempo and scored on the 4th play of the game. 3 runs to Fry and then a long touchdown. Here's Enright throwing near side, and it's complete. It's Malik Williams who got that touchdown. He's going to get a first down here along the Dragon sideline.
I like the way that kid moves. He catches the ball, sees it all the way to his body, and then he turns and gets upfield. He squares up. Watch this. Boom. And now he's going to plant his foot and go. he knows how to play the game of football, and he's a good wide receiver.
Your replays presented by Midco, and Carson Zark with another good tackle. Enright, botch play, but he's got a lot of running room. Emmett Enright, after dropping the football, picked up 6.
Tackled by Carter Blackwell. Carter getting some time in there. The sophomore out of Dickinson, North Dakota, 6'3", 195-pound. Safety, outside linebacker type of guy.
Here comes Fry again. Loose. Fry having his way in the interior part of that defensive line for the Dragons. He'll get to the 39-yard line, another first down.
Great zone blocking. You see how the Beavers are able to step game or play side and then turn their defensive players just enough to give Jalen Fry some room to pick his way through and then get to open area.
Here's Fry getting getting up to the 36 and pick up 3.
Yeah, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. But he doesn't seem to mind how he gets his yards. And if one little missed tackle or one arm tackle doesn't grab him and hold on, he's going to pick up another 6 or 7 yards.
Enright's got a man wide open on the far side. This is Bolio. He's got one of the 2 touchdowns, and there were no Dragons near Bolio as he got to the 20-yard line.
Possession receiver on the year for the Beavers. He came in today with 43 catches and 669 yards and 4 touchdowns. Now he has 5, but he's a possession receiver. He is able to catch a lot of balls for his quarterback and pick up positive yardage. He's got really good hands. That time there was a broken coverage, though, for him to be that wide open.
This Dragon defense has come up with 2 stops in this district of the field. Here comes Fry again. He'll get hit by James Eggert, taken down. Here comes a pretty significant 3rd and 8, only because Bemidji State's had field goal troubles. Like you mentioned a couple of moments ago, they're 0 for 2.
Yeah, they've already missed 2. The Dragons have bent. They haven't really broken when they've been down here in the red zone.
Enright, Fry, Williams, all look over at the sideline. Play clock still at 12. This is 3rd and 8 for Bemidji State. It's a long time for this play to come in. Maybe Brent Bolte's going to take a timeout, and he will. So we'll step away. 7:15 remaining in the first half. Bemidji State's up by 7.
Your man cave is a lie. It's not a masculine refuge. It's a basement in your wife's house. Caves don't have frilly craft store signs. Yell about it. In your man cave, no one can hear you scream. Wake up! Head upstairs and get to B-dubs, where the kegerators are just called taps, the wall color is TVs, and the wings taste like freedom. Also, your friends actually like coming here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
Check out the newest MSUM Dragons podcast at msumdragons.com/podcast or search MSUM Dragons, iTunes, and Spotify, and subscribe to the Dragons podcast today. This is a 3rd and 8 for the Beavers. From the Dragon 18-yard line, they lead it 14-7. Jalen Fry is in the backfield, along with the quarterback, Enright. They give it to Fry. He's got a first down. He's got a touchdown. Fry looked like he was initially stopped on, but another broken tackle and a pretty easy touchdown for Jalen Fry.
Yeah, and he didn't have to break that tackle very hard right at the line of scrimmage. Looked like he just was patient with his offensive line. There, Carson Zarek came all the way around from his outside linebacker position, but didn't come scraping down tight enough. He was on his backside.
So here comes Mason Hofer, on for his 30th PAT try this season. And he'll punch it through just a couple feet to the right of the Battle Axe Trophy. 7:09 remaining, first half. And Don, you know what? Let's stay in Moorhead.
Affinity Plus definitely seems like a credit union that cares about people. I've always had a good time whenever I go into my branch. I feel like I laugh every time. Like if they came into a bar, right, then they would be like the friend that you want to introduce to everybody. I talk about this credit union all the time because I think it's just like a gift to the world, because with my experience in the past, this has been just indescribable.
21-7, Bemidji State leads the Dragons, Don.
Fry with that touchdown now has 97 yards gained on the ground, puts him over 900 for the season right now. Came into today with 813 yards with 97. That puts him well over.
Yeah, he's fourth in the NSIC. This guy's got game.
Yeah, he does. And he, like I said, he doesn't seem like he has this blazing speed. All of his work has been done between the tight ends, between the tackles, and being able to chip and pick his way around.
Maybe between the guards. Zach Sweet could have let
That's true.
that ball go. I mean, he's had a really, I don't want to say easy time, but it looks like he's had a lot of his success just right behind his center, and that's Frankfurt. And a lot of people would have success behind a 6'2", 290 guy, and this Frankfurt, just a redshirt freshman.
Right. Really good feet, and that offensive line has done a great job with their reach blocking. They know what they're doing up front, and they're giving him the looks that he needs to pick up the yardage that, I mean, he's already at 97. That's a pretty good first half.
So we saw Bemidji State's response. How will the Dragons respond? Sinani's in trouble, and he's going to throw it away. A great job by Sinani getting rid of that ball, as there was Jake Richter in the neighborhood.
And there was a couple times that we saw late in that first quarter and in the second quarter earlier that Jacob Sinani should have probably thrown the ball away like that instead of taking the sack. Here he was smart enough to know that there wasn't anything that was going to happen on that play. Don't need to extend it. Just get rid of it. Live to play another down.
In Sinani's defense, he had an opportunity to throw it that time. It didn't look like he did maybe the other couple tries. Here comes Herman Gray. Haven't seen much of Herman today. Boy, did he get hit hard in Minot last week. Here's his first rush of the afternoon, playing his final game in his wonderful 5-year career here as a Dragon.
And here he picks up a good 9 yards. Great spin move. Tries to spin again, but that defensive back, number 34, Gunnar Feldhage, was able to cut him down.
Here comes 3rd and 1 for the Dragons. 6.5 remaining. That's first down. They brought in Hayden Bowl a couple of moments ago. You know, he got a touchdown last week at Minot State, and he blocks this time for Jokum, who gets the first down. You can see the snow there, Don. From our vantage point, it doesn't look like it's coming down that hard, but I bet you Ms. Sedlacek, as well as a few thousand more agree.
Right down there towards the track and down by the field. It probably looks a lot different than from our vantage point.
Here comes the jet sweep. And getting hit and taken down from behind. I think that's Bieberdorf. It is. He'll get taken down by Yakum Muhammad, the sophomore out of Kansas City. Wayne State continues to lead Augie 13-10 here in the second quarter. There's the big game right there as far as playoff implications. USF leads undefeated Minnesota State Mankato 17-14. USF, Winona State, Augustana all came in respectively at that 7, 8, and 9 mark in the region. Here comes Herman Gray again, and he's going to get crunched down at about the 45. Only 7 teams make the playoffs in this super region. They're at 7, 8, and 9. So you can see the significance of those games here on this penultimate week of the season.
Right. There's a lot at stake in these games that are being played today and next week, for sure.
This is a 3rd and 2 for the Dragons. Richter to the far side, Bresnahan to the near side. Richter and Bresnahan each have a snag today. This is 3rd and 2 for the Dragons. Jokum pulling forward. He was initially stopped, but he got 3 or 4 yards and a first down.
Kept churning and churning those legs and following his offensive lineman, center Sam Harris, and the like. Just kept bowling his way in positive yardage. Gets that first down just up towards the 49.
Well, it's significant in a couple ways. There's 4:10, 4:09 remaining here, first half. You don't give the ball back to Bemidji State, you got an opportunity to score. I believe you start with the ball in the second half. Sinani's got Richter again. Jake Richter, he's going to get touchdown number 2. He was wide open.
51-yard throw and catch, and Jacob Richter goes to the house on a wheel. How he got so wide open is going to be beside me. I was not sure how, but that safety didn't roll over the top. The corner went up, looked at the guy that was coming in motion, and that was Bresnahan, and all of a sudden Jacob Richter had to release, and about 14, 15 yards downfield, he's wide open. Great pitch and catch. Sinani to Richter for 6.
This Dragon offense was dormant. They had 10 yards. Now all of a sudden, on their last 2 drives, they had 2 scores. We got a ball game here in the snow. 3:54 left in the first half. Bemidji State up by 7.
Libby here with another lesson.
Okay, gotta make a list. Pay cable bill, research car insurance rates, get groceries. And my student loan payment is due next week.
You look stressed. If you're worried about money, try riding Mass Bus.
There is a bus stop pretty close to my job. I could give it a try.
Awesome. More conditioner?
Thanks a lot.
He learned his lesson. Join us and take the challenge to ride green.
Join the Dragonfire Booster Club along with Don Groth and receive half off all season tickets and access to exclusive Dragons events. Visit GoDragonfire.com. Basketball kicked off last night. The men lost down at St. Joseph, Missouri, 70-55. The women won over Central Missouri. That's a Jenny squad that knocked them out in back-to-back years, 2 and 3 years ago. So Carla Nelson's squad, boy, they were really good last year, and they look to be really good this year. And this Michael Junker's really good, and he's on a long run. Michael Junker still on his feet. Flags are down. Boy, 3 of them. But Junker is just having a day. This vulnerable Dragons kickoff team that has been burned a few times this year.
They have. They've given up way too many big plays on kickoff returns, a couple that have gone to the house. And this one, well over 45, 50-yard return.
Illegal block in the back. Return team, number 33. 10-yard
But this
penalty
is
from the spot
coming
of the
back
foul. First
from the
down
spot of the
after
foul.
enforcement.
Only 10 yards. So it'll still be a positive yardage pickup of about 35, maybe 38-yard pickup on that return. And he has proven to be just a game player. Unbelievable. Michael Junker, the senior out of Hastings, Minnesota, 5'10", 180 pounds. He's got an interception already today. He has multiple tackles and some really, really nice returns. Did a nice job on that one, finding some space.
Both punt and kickoff returns.
Yes, both. Yes.
This guy's done a lot so far today. Bemidji State has it at their own 47-yard line. 3:43 remaining here in the first half. Bemidji State goes Wildcat. Fry gets to the 50-yard line and picks up 3. Are you surprised?
I was, totally surprised that they're going Wildcat. I'm not sure why. You're not going to really catch anybody after a kickoff return. You're not going to catch anybody on their heels on that.
Enright's been good, 8 of 12, 117. This ball's loose, and I think Darius Woodstaken got it. There's your turnover that the Dragons get.
Had to get one back, and that the Dragons are able to capitalize on a bad snap. If we see the replay here, that snap just a little bit high, and maybe the weather caused that one.
Oh yeah,
just a little slippery on the snap, and having been a center when you're doing that that short pistol, not a true shotgun back, but that short one, you can sometimes release it just a little bit high, especially when the weather is bad.
Believe it or not, Bemidji State, how good they've been these last so many years. Here comes Herman Gray. Herman Gray loose. Herman looking for a block by Jake Richter, and he gets it. Herman into the end zone. It's a 1-point game.
Great job by the Dragons.
That been all year, Herman Gray.
There you go, and he picked up a great block on the perimeter, and I believe that was Grady Bresnahan.
Oh, no, that was Richter.
Richter pancakes the kid downfield, and the Dragons are able to turn that turnover into points. And
watch Herman Gray set it up. Jake, where are you?
Right here. And then Herman Gray is able to do the rest and get upfield, pick up the touchdown. Nice job by the Dragons up front. There again, his patience and their blocking did a nice job.
Herman Gray threw the ball up in the air to celebrate. The guy's been injured his whole career. He throws the ball up in the air 5 or 6 feet, and he gets an unsportsmanlike. Wow. Come on. Steve Lockway's barking about it too, and I don't blame him one bit. Let these guys celebrate.
Well, I didn't think it was much of a celebration.
He threw the ball up in the air to celebrate with his team. Here comes Hobart Diaz. This kick is on its way, and it is through. We'll take a break. How about this? 2:59 remaining in the first half. We're level at 21.
This is more than a bundle. It's more than a combo deal. It's not just stuff. This is your home, your car, and you want to give them the protection they deserve with home and auto insurance. State Farm agents get it. It's why they're here.
In Moorhead, talk to State Farm agent Dave Eggers.
Update or download to the all-new MSUM Dragons app on iTunes and Google Play. The new app features customized following of only your favorite Dragons teams, incredible in-app live stats and media coverage, and our fired-up rewards program all in one easy-to-use app. Update your Dragons app, search MSUM in your app store, or visit msumdragons.com/app to download the new MSUM Dragons app today.
All right, 21-21 after the unsportsmanlike on the Dragons. Plezai will be employed to kick the ball off from the 20-yard line. 2:59 remaining here in this first half. The Dragon offense the Dragon team at one point getting outgained 168 to 10. Now we're tied 21-21 on the scoreboard.
Don't kick it to number 20.
They don't kick it to number 20. This ball's loose.
And he ends up with it.
And there's number 20 with the ball, Junker. He'll get upended for good measure. Great job by Plezai that time.
Oh, yeah. Keep it down, hard, low. Don't give him an opportunity to return it. And he still ended up with that ball because it bounced through the would-be receiver that it bounced to, and he was there to pick it up.
All right. I don't know about you, but this is I told you before the game started today.
Oh.
You just want a good football game. These two teams deserve it.
Yes, they do. And both of them play hard-nosed football. Both teams do, and it's fun to watch that.
Enright pumps, and then on the near side, Malik Williams is running backwards. He will go down. He might have lost a yard. Another big hit that time by Carter Blackwell out of Dickinson, North Dakota. I think this defense is getting pretty inspired.
Well, they are, and they were after it there. Malik actually gave up the ball, but the head linesman right there called it down.
Enright throwing long. Incomplete. DeAndre Taylor broke it up. The intended receiver was the punter and tight end, Jacob Anderson. This sets up a 3rd and 9.
DeAndre might have got by with a little one. He heard the ball call because it was right on his own sideline. If you watch here, he doesn't really get his head turned around, but he's able to get his hand up because he heard his teammates yelling, ball, ball, ball. Nice play by DeAndre to knock that one loose.
Enright in trouble. Nearly intercepted. Blackwell didn't get the interception, but that's a 3 and out for the first time today, and you can hear the crowd getting loud downstairs.
I was just going to say that as that play was happening, and quarterback Enright was able to scramble from the pocket that was collapsing on him, and he delivered that ball, and Blackwell almost came up with the interception. Nice job by the Dragon defense to find a 3 and out. Now with 2 minutes left, opportunities on offense.
Good snap to Anderson. He'll get off an end over ender. Here comes Bresnahan. Some slick moves on a slick field up to the 35-yard line. 2:05 remaining. The Dragons have 2 timeouts, and I believe they get the ball to start the second half. So a tremendous opportunity here for Steve Lockway and this Dragon offense. And now they're talking to Lockway. I think there might be a flag on the field that I didn't see. I think Rolf Erickson's going to tell us.
5 men in the backfield. Number 72 is in the backfield. Moorhead is elected.
Okay, Hank Bellafy was in the backfield, and he shouldn't have been.
Right.
You're only allowed 4 in the backfield with the punter.
Right.
Okay, so I think Steve Lockway did the right thing. You don't want to risk a turnover or bad field position. You get the ball at the 40-yard line.
You had a great return.
Yep.
Grady Bresnahan returned that thing 15 yards. You add 5, that's 20. That's a real big switch. So start at your own 40.
Herman again. This time he gets plunked. He got dinged on the lid by Lucas Rojas. 1:53 remaining in a first quarter. That was first quarter and a half dominated by Bemidji State. But boy, those tables have turned.
Oh, for sure. That after the Dragons got that first down.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden the light switch turned on, and they've been able to connect on some great plays. Yeah, they've made a couple of mistakes, but they've been able to play offensively very well, and defense has been terrific.
Sinani didn't jump on it, but looks like one of his mates did. Alex Hoffman for Bemidji State had just as good of a chance to hop on that ball as Sinani. And if that's Troy Casperson again, that is the 3rd saved fumble of this season for Troy Casperson, and now Bemidji State is going to take a timeout. We'll step away with 1:20 remaining in the first half.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
All right, so Brent Bolte takes a timeout, Don. 3rd and 18 after the botch play. You can't tell me weather's not playing a factor in this game.
Well, obviously there's a little bit when it comes to those pistol and shotgun snaps that there's an opportunity for the ball to change hands, and it's a little bit slick.
That ball's a wet concrete block.
It's not that cold out. If it was 0, I'd say that, yes.
The Dragons will keep it on the ground. Herman Gray. And Bemidji State is going to take another timeout as they're going to get the football back. 1:15 remaining here in this first half. 21-21 is the score, Don. Bemidji State just jumped right out on the Dragons. A 4-play, 73-yard drive. And early in this ball game, it was 7-0, then 14-0, and you said the Dragons turned that light switch on. How'd they do it?
Well, defensively, I think is how they were energized, because the defense got that stop, right, and 2 missed field goals. So you say it was 14. It could have been 20-0, and that's a different story.
Or 28.
Or 28. Yes, it could have been. So defensively, I think that was the spark, and then all of a sudden it was run the ball, pick up a first down, and then hit the long touchdown pass to Jake Richter. Then all bets were off. That light switch was on, and the lights were beaming. Sun was shining on the Dragons, even though it's cloudy out.
Oxendorf, under duress, gets off a beauty. It's a 41-yard punt for number 41, Oxendorf, and Bemidji State will have it. 1:07 remaining here in the first half. Bemidji State is out of timeouts.
Yeah, so that plays a factor in a minute and 7 left in the half for sure. Now, it might put some pressure on them. If they go tempo, try to run off 3, 4, 5 different plays, get out of bounds, that type of stuff, they could navigate their way down this field. Enright's that good of a quarterback. He's been solid all year.
And this is what I was afraid of, or what Dragon fans might be fearing. This guy right here, Fry, with those 8 yards, now has 138 in the first half.
Wow. Yeah. Holy cow.
The clock is running. 51 seconds remaining. This is a 2nd and 2. Enright back to pass. Intercepted. Running room for Carson Zarek. He'll get pushed out of bounds, but the Dragons get their 2nd turnover of the afternoon. Nick Niemi knocks him out of bounds, and now the Dragons are knocking on the door of the lead.
And I'll tell you what, no pressure or anything. I don't think that Enright saw that outside linebacker, Carson Zarek, just lurking in the under area of that passing zone. And he was able to step up, take that ball. What a great play and a greatly designed defense. They had enough pressure that he stayed in the pocket, delivered what he thought was going to be an easy reception for his receiver downfield. And now the Dragons are knocking on the door.
So here's Sinani and the Dragon offense. Herman Gray up the middle, nothing. He got hit by James Moe, junior defensive end out of Wausau, Wisconsin. And now Steve Lockway will kill the clock. 34 seconds left in the first half, all tied at 21.
Jacks just rushed 4 and they're going to get home.
Going for Wanzik in the end zone. What a catch!
To the air on 3rd and goal. Tight end Brett Sampson.
And they're going to look for Enoch. Enoch, touchdown. 2-point conversion is good, and Brandon Valley takes the 1-point lead to win the game.
And Pierre Strong is going to carry it all the way in for a Jackrabbit touchdown.
All right, Don, can you kick me inside the huddle?
Boys, do your job. Everybody execute. And that's all it is.
Run, pass, what are you doing?
Play action pass, or run pass option. It could be one of 2 things. They've run the ball fairly effective. I'm going to say we're going to see a run pass option of sorts.
Colgrove in the backfield. Jet sweep. Bieberdorf. And did he get out of bounds? Yes. An extra little bunny hop at the end out of the arms of DeVell Fox. So it's 3rd down. You and I were talking during the break off mic that you want to see the Dragons put the ball in the end zone, where I'm thinking even if you get a field goal try, now field goals so far are a little sketchy so far today.
Right.
As Hofer's missed 2.
I would rather see the Dragons put the ball in the end zone, get an opportunity to score the 6, get the extra point, have 7. You're going to
but
plus you get the ball to start the second half. So if you don't execute and get the touchdown, right, I don't think you're giving away points.
Sinani on 3rd and 4. They keep it on the ground. It's Denver Colgrove bouncing off Beavers. Colgrove, the battering ram, gets a first down at the 9.
He's close. He's close. They didn't give him the first
you're right.
down. They did not give him the first down.
Now I think they're going to measure. Don, that official was on the other side. I thought he was at the 9-yard line.
That was 4 seconds runoff from the time they put that ball down. And there's a flag now, too.
Here's Rolf Erickson. I think he's got an explanation.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 13, swatted the ball out of the umpire's hand, preventing him from spotting the ball. It'll be half the distance to the goal and an automatic first down.
I don't know if Rolf Erickson's microphone was muffled by the snow. But we don't have to talk about first downs anymore because it is after an unsportsmanlike on Bemidji State's Spencer Potter. This is a 1st and goal for the Dragons inside the 5. 13.2 remaining. The Dragons do have a timeout.
And what I'm saying is I think there should be 4 more seconds on this clock because
I think he just said the clock will start on the, did he say the clock's going to start on the snap?
It should start on the snap. I mean, it can't start before the snap.
The play clock starts.
Right.
Okay. Because
Right.
the Dragons are substituting. Colgrove out, Herman Gray in. 13.2 seconds remaining. The Dragons have time to run a couple plays.
And a timeout. So you've got time for 2 plays anyway and a timeout, so really 3.
Sinani throws into the end zone. Richter, no. Broken up by DeVell Fox as Sinani was looking for his 3rd TD hookup with Richter.
And that took about 4 seconds off the play clock.
Ryan Harvey Turner comes out. Do you go back to Richter?
If you're going to go back to him, then you got to go up top. You can't put it on the back shoulder, on the inside of this play. It needs to be up and over the top, something that he can go jump for, and that's about it. You're going to waste another 4 seconds.
Sinani throws it away. That took 5 seconds.
But he looked to his right and then went back to his second option, and that was Grady Bresnahan on the left.
Yeah, I think because that play took a little longer, he went through his progressions like he should have.
Yeah.
But maybe not enough time to run 2 plays. So Hobart Diaz will come on and try to give the Dragons the lead. This is 1 yard longer than an extra point. This is a 21-yard try.
And once you get inside that 5-yard line, things are a lot more compact than having the ball out at the 10 or 12. So they gave it a good effort.
Diaz's field goal is good. There's 0.4 seconds remaining in the first half, and it's yours right after this.
Exceeding expectations. Getting better every day. It doesn't happen by chance. Preparation pays off. So the only question to ask yourself is, am I better today than I was yesterday? Exceed yesterday. Choose Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
All right, Don, 24-21. You can see the clock winding down. They did run off those final 0.4 seconds. So we are at the half. 24-21, the Dragons lead it. We'll take a timeout and we'll come back with all of your halftime activities. You're watching live coverage of MSU Moorhead Dragons football presented by Dragons Live on WDAY Extra.
Prosperity is today's investment in tomorrow's promise. The promise of a better way of life. With every act of kindness, every act of creation, and with every act of love, we strengthen our community. And when we stand together as a community, we accomplish the impossible. We can choose to pass through life, or we can choose to pass on. a better way of life.
Heading to Fargo-Moorhead to get away and have a little fun? Book your room at the highly rated Microtel Inn & Suites. It's conveniently located just off 8th Street and I-94. Clean rooms and all the amenities you need to relax and recharge after a fun day out. Plus, when you wake up, you can enjoy a free hot breakfast. What are you waiting for? Book your room today at the Microtel Inn & Suites in Moorhead. Call 218-284-4022 or visit microtelmoorhead.com.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Update or download to the all-new MSUM Dragons app on iTunes and Google Play. The new app features customized following of only your favorite Dragons teams, incredible in-app live stats and media coverage, and our fired-up rewards program all in one easy-to-use app. Update your Dragons app, search MSUM in your app store, or visit msumdragons.com/app to download the new MSUM Dragons app today.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
Dragon Swim School is proud to offer year-round swimming and diving lessons with the lowest student-to-instructor ratio around. Lessons are available for all levels, including parent-child sessions and preschool. Help your child learn to love the water in a safe and caring environment with us at Dragon Swim School. Visit msumdragons.com/swim for more information. That's msumdragons.com/swim.
Today's Dragons Live coverage is brought to you by BSN, Courtyard by Marriott, Herbert & Gerbert's, Richards Transportation, Shucks Bus Service, Buffalo Wild Wings, Forum Communications.
The Go team, we like to call ourselves the champions of Dragon Pride. And what that means is that we want to be champions of the brand of MSUM Dragons. The clothes we wear and the comments that we make and just being positive and excited about being Dragons. And the other side of that is being good at what we do. We have a lot of opportunities to win awards, and we've won 13 national awards in the last 5 years. And so we want to be the best representations of our brand and champions in everything that we do, and helping our other Dragon teams become champions in what they're trying to do. It's an internship that's going to be different from anything else I think you're going to find, because we really strategically try to find the strengths of the individual and craft the role around those. So it's not just a cookie cutter, you're going to be doing this, you're going to be doing that. You really get to make the experience whatever you want it to be. And we're firm believers, and you get what you put into anything. And so the harder you work, the better the experience is going to be. And if it's surrounded around your strengths, you're actually going to enjoy it too.
I'm Erin Lemaire. I am a production assistant and assistant student director at the Go team.
I joined the Go team because it was a good chance to get experience in filmmaking in a more live production setting. I like a lot of different aspects of being on the Go team. I like running the cameras and doing all sorts of the stuff with like the broadcasting, but I also like switching and pushing the buttons and doing replay, so all sorts of things.
My name's Laurel Hoseth. I take pictures for the Go team during athletic events. I've always kind of liked sports and I love photography, so I thought this would be a good fit since I know how sports work and I kind of am learning about my camera, and so I decided to get more experience. I feel really proud that your work is being used and it's actually appreciated.
I am Brent Keel. I am the audio video editor and production assistant with the Go team. I joined the Go team to put something on my resume that was beyond just I showed up to a class, and something to show employers that I have some real world experience.
My name is Macy Miller. For the Go team, I'm a promotions coordinator. So I get to handle all of the in-game promotions. Pretty much they give me a mic and I get to make everybody excited to be here. So that includes like running games, throwing out t-shirts. I get to smile a lot, so I really like that.
If somebody was thinking about joining the Go team, I would tell them to definitely just try it out. At least for a game or two, just to see if they like it.
These people that you'll be working with have a lot of pull in your career, and they also give you a lot of experience that you'll need in order to start a career.
There's a lot of real experience you can get that doesn't just apply to just sports.
Producing it, in all honesty, is a really cool opportunity that we allow our students to have. And just getting involved on campus is a great way to meet people, network, and just have a good time.
It's really easy to join the Go team. All you have to do is go to msumdragons.com/Go team and fill out the application. It's just your name, phone number, email, and just send us your resume. We'll bring you in for an interview, get to know you a little bit, and see if you're the right fit culturally for what we're trying to do here. But go to msumdragons.com/Go team to apply today.
Today's Dragons Live coverage is brought to you by Matt Buss, Midco, Papa John's, State Farm Agent David Eggers, Sanford Health, Microtel, Travelodge, Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union, Gate City Bank, and Minnesota State University Moorhead.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
Get fired up for the new Shop MSUMDragons.com, the official online store of Dragon Athletics, featuring top brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Columbia, and more. Get gear in women's, youth, toddler, and infant sizes, perfect for all of our Dragon fans. Support your favorite Dragon team with Select a Logo. Anything custom ships in 72 hours. And take your tailgating to the next level with items like bleacher chairs, tailgate tents, and lawn chairs. Get the gear and support your team with profits going directly to Dragon Athletics from Shop MSUMDragons.com.
Heading to Fargo Moorhead to get away and have a little fun? Book your room at the highly rated Microtel Inn & Suites. It's conveniently located just off 8th Street and I-94. Clean rooms and all the amenities you need to relax and recharge after a fun day out. Plus, when you wake up, you can enjoy a free hot breakfast. What are you waiting for? Book your room today at the Microtel Inn & Suites in Moorhead. Call 218-284-4022 or visit microtelmoorhead.com.
Just looking back on myself freshman year to who I am currently, it's a complete transformation.
You walk around campus all the time, you see friendly faces, you see smiling faces, and people really, really love being here.
For me personally, I was able to get the experience and the knowledge that I needed to be successful.
I've had a pretty long journey to get here. Went to community college, changed majors, and MSUM has transformed my life just incredibly.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Update or download to the all-new MSUM Dragons app on iTunes and Google Play. The new app features customized following of only your favorite Dragons teams, incredible in-app live stats and media coverage, and our fired-up rewards program all in one easy-to-use app. Update your Dragons app, search MSUM in your app store, or visit msumdragons.com/app to download the new MSUM Dragons app today.
Welcome back to snowy and soggy Shields Field at Alex Nemzik Stadium. Steve DeStacio, Don Groth, Kaylee Sedlacek. The Dragons, trailing at 1 point by 14, have scored the last 17 points of the first half, 24-21. Let's get right to the first half highlights. Bemidji State already up 7-0. These are all second quarter stats. A looping lob brought down by Brendan Bolio. It was 14-0, but then the Dragons got a first down, and then they got a touchdown. Jake Richter off and running from 71 yards out, and the Dragons cut it to 14-7. Then on the ensuing drive, Bemidji State would come right back. Jalen Fry, who had a monster first half for Bemidji State, got the score here. It was 21-7, but then it was all Dragons. Sinani, Richter again, you're not going to catch him. Into the end zone, touchdown. The Dragons down 21-14. And then the Dragons, Darius Wood-Steichen, look at those hands for the big guy at Manoman, coming up with the fumble recovery, and that led to this. One play later, Herman Gray. You think anybody's going to catch him? No, and that block by Jake Richter helps. Herman Gray into the end zone, touchdown. The Dragons and Bemidji State tied at 21. Then Bemidji State trying to mount a drive to take the lead. Carson Zarek with his second turnover of the season, his first interception, got the ball down to the Dragons' 4-yard line where Hobart Diaz would convert from 21 yards out on the final play of the first half. The Dragons lead it by the score of 24-21. Bemidji State came in with the 4th best rushing offense. They had 149 in the first half, including 141 from Jalen Wright. Bemidji State 266 yards of total offense. The Dragons 228, but that bottom stat may be the difference. Bemidji State with 2 turnovers in the first half, the Dragons with 1. 24-21, the Dragons lead it. We're back with more after this. You're watching live coverage of MSU Moorhead Dragons football, presented by Dragons Live on WDAY Extra.
Dragon Swim School is proud to offer year-round swimming and diving lessons with the lowest student-to-instructor ratio around. Lessons are available for all levels, including parent-child sessions and preschool. Help your child learn to love the water in a safe and caring environment with us at Dragon Swim School. Visit msumdragons.com/swim for more information. That's msumdragons.com/swim.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I didn't have to do anything. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But man, being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up out of bed to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to. The sheer effort it takes just for basic life functions like breathing has earned you the right to have someone bring that sandwich to you. Your struggle is not lost on us. Have a sandwich, you hero.
First thing I do every morning when I get up is look out the window and see what the sky is doing. The neighbors kind of all know I'm into this, so I'll get calls or texts saying, oh, there's 2 eagles in the trees over here. I have a lot of relatives who live in other parts of the state, and they see them on TV, and it always kind of makes them feel like they're connected. Keep an eye on the sky and be ready. You never know what might show up.
Just looking back on myself freshman year to who I am currently, it's a complete transformation.
You walk around campus all the time, you see friendly faces, you see smiling faces, and people really, really love being here.
For me personally, I was able to get the experience and the knowledge that I needed to be successful.
I've had a pretty long journey to get here. Went to community college, changed majors, and MSUM has transformed my life just incredibly.
Hello, welcome to Spicy Pie. Can I take your order?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have, Pizza Grinders beer. Pizza Grinders beer. What other reason would I be here if never Pizza Grinders beer? I need those grinders for my appetite. That beer top with that frothy white. Craving for flavor, that's when you order everything on the menu. That's Pizza Grinders beer. Pizza Grinders beer.
We have tacos too.
Oh, okay. Then I'll have Pizza Grinders tacos beer. Pizza Grinders tacos beer. I can't wait to make it disappear. My Pizza Grinders tacos beer. The mystery, the wizardry of Spicy Pie. Synergy is the best pizza in history, and they do deliver. I need that spicy pie, the only thing that can satisfy. With such great prices, that's when you order everything on the menu.
Would you like dessert with that?
Y'all have dessert too? Pizza Grinders beer, dessert nuts, peanut butter bars, Zapolis? What's Zapolis? Okay, y'all got Mexican too? Okay.
It takes a team to bring the story home every day. It takes a leader to build a legacy of trust.
As the only locally owned news station in the region, we're there for you at every turn.
We're your neighbors, telling the stories that matter because your community is our community.
So when you need to reconnect, remember that we're working every day, just like you.
Trying to make a better tomorrow.
WDAY News, the only locally owned news station in the region.
All right, 24-21 here. The Dragons lead Bemidji State. Let's take a look around the NSIC. Concordia St. Paul, they win again. The Golden Bears now 4-2 in the NSIC South. Look at that, Augustana and Winona State. Great ball game in Winona. Playoff implications on the line. Maybe the winner of that game, if they win next week, they're in. St. Cloud State leading at home against Minot State 17-10. Look at that third quarter. USF playing for their playoff lives. Lead Minnesota State Mankato 24-21. Wayne State having its way with Upper Iowa. Minnesota Duluth having its way with Marriott and Bismarck. Northern State and Minnesota Crookston will play up at the Alara Center once again here tonight. So Minnesota Crookston will play its final home game as they've been playing their last couple games in the Alara Center in Grand Forks. And that look around the league is presented by Mark Shuck and the Shuck Bus Service. As far as the upcoming schedule, Don, it's thin. There it is. The Dragons at St. Cloud State. I'll have the audio-only webcast next Saturday at 1 o'clock, the Dragons and St. Cloud. That could be historic as well because the Dragons haven't won down there since the early 1980s. We've talked about the history of this game where the Dragons and Bemidji State have been competing since 1947. That battle axe is all snow-covered and safe. Who's going to get it? What does Bemidji State have to do in the second half to win?
Well, Bemidji State can't have any more turnovers. I mean, that's been the telltale right now. That's the difference in this game, giving the Dragons that opportunity to go after and get 3 points. So they can't turn the ball over. Offensively, they still need to do the things they're doing. They're doing it, and they're doing it effectively. They run the ball very effectively.
For the Dragons in the second half?
No turnovers. Special teams have to be better.
I'm sensing a theme.
Tackling has to be better. And then if you can get a takeaway, awesome. But they need to run the ball. Have to run the ball. That sets up those plays. Richter doesn't get those chances to catch the ball and get those touchdowns without the run game being effective.
130 plus for Jalen Fry rushing the ball, 130 plus receiving yards for Jake Richter. These are two shining stars on both teams.
For their offenses, yes, both of them are doing a fine job.
All right, once again, right after this game, we'll go inside Alex Nemzik Hall in Moorhead where the Dragons will play Southwest Minnesota State, a nationally ranked volleyball team. and I'll have the privilege of calling that game at 4 o'clock.
That's a beautiful floor, and the Dragons volleyball team, you look at their schedule just the 3, 4, 5 weeks, the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Brutal.
They have played teams, every team seems like they've been playing are all ranked nationally.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable. And this conference is tough as nails.
It is the best, and it's not even close. Tampa, the University of Tampa is really good. They won the national championship last year. This will be a fair catch. And the Dragon football squad will start from the 25. But, yeah, it's a landmine everywhere in the NSIC.
Oh, they're just juggernauts out there.
So the Dragons will start leading 24-21 here to start this third quarter. Let's go down to the field to Kaylee Sedlacek.
So I talked to Steve Lockaway at halftime, and I just asked him about what he said to the team, and he said we just need to keep the offense rolling on this great comeback that we have going on, and he said it's going to be one heck of a second half.
Kaylee, that was an outstanding report. You go over and tell photobombing John Webking to stay out of your shots. Here's a long run. It's Herman Gray again.
Gets outside just enough, makes a corner, and is able to pick up a big chunk of yardage on this play. Great job by the Dragon offense to set him up. He picks his way out there, finds the corner, turns on the Jets to pick up that big first down.
Maybe Herman Gray has said, you know what, enough is enough. I haven't had a great year, but you know what, this is my final game here. I'm going to make it a great one.
That's right, final game on this field.
Sinani looking long. He's looking for Bieberdorf. What a catch by Ryan Bieberdorf. Did he hold on? Yes. It was a battle between Bieberdorf and Brennan. Bieberdorf a little too bigger and too stronger.
He goes up and he takes that ball that is rightly his, thrown to him. He goes up and snags it, brings it home.
He snagged that better than a John Webking photobomb opportunity. All the way down to the 30-yard line to start this second half. Steve Lockway just told Kaylee, keep this offense running. They're in Bemidji territory. Sinani looking. He has a boatload of options, including Bieberdorf. I'm sorry, that's Richter. Richter in the middle of the field.
Well, he set up inside that zone, and you watch here on the replay. He goes down, finds that little hole, plants his body, and he's a big body, he's 6'3", and he's just able to box out that defensive back, gives Sinani a great target right there between the 1 and the 0 on Richter's jersey, plants it home for a reception.
Here's a draw to Herman Gray. Boy, he only got a yard there, Don. But is that guy running with some purpose today?
He actually looks like he's running with confidence.
Okay.
And what we've seen through this year, he had a lot of injury problems coming in. And he was getting healthy, and he was healthy, but he was running tentative. Right now, he's out there running with a purpose. Like you said, it's his last game on this field, and Herman Gray is not going to have any regrets.
Sinani, far side. That's Richter. And that guy's having a big day.
Very, very nice job by Jake Richter. Uses his athletic ability here to pick up about 5 to 6 extra yards after first contact and dives forward, never finishing backwards.
Third and about 2 for the Dragons. 12:25 remaining third quarter. The Dragons have scored 17 unanswered to lead Bemidji State 24-21. Jokum in the backfield with Sinani. Here's Ty. He got hit in the backfield. He might lose a yard. This could be 4th and 3, and this might be Obed Diaz time again.
Great job by Matt Brennan, the linebacker, 6 foot, 190-pound outside linebacker out of Janesville, Wisconsin for the Beavers. He's able to crash that side down and put himself right on top of Ty Jokum just when he got the handoff from Sinani.
It's a little bit longer than your run-of-the-mill extra point. This is 30 yards.
Yeah, he's got the wind at his back.
Always finding the positive. Logan Bruce to snap it. Oxendorf to put it down. Bad snap, and it's blocked. Watch out. This is Keontae Shorter. There's your bad snap. That's just like a turnover. Maybe this is what you were fearing at the end of the first half.
And so true that anything can happen when you're going for those field goals in inclement weather that we're having. Bad snap. It got a little low. Diaz had no chance to kick the ball. It goes loose, and then it's picked up. And great field position for the Beavers now, starting their first possession of this second half.
Okay, so they bent like the Dragons did in the first half, but didn't break, and it ends up in a botched field goal. I'm sensing a theme once again. So here comes Emmett Enright and Bemidji State. Enright in the first half, 9 of 16 for 117. This is Fry. He got a yard. Fry in the first half, Don, 23 carries. That's what we call a workhorse. 23 carries, 141 yards.
And he earned every single one of those. His longest run, folks, 34 yards on that touchdown run, and that was it. Otherwise, everything else was 5, 6, 8.
Here he comes again. He gets grabbed by Shad Veed. I just saw his father downstairs in the concession area. He said Shad's having a good game. I was a little worried early. I'm sure a lot of Dragons were when they fell behind 14-0.
Oh, for sure. And it wasn't because they were not tackling. They just weren't getting an opportunity to tackle.
This is beautiful one-on-one right there. Maybe a little high. Maybe not textbook, but good enough. 3rd and 8. Low snap for Enright. Here comes Darius Wood-Steichen. Can't get him. This could be a first down. Great scrambling job by Enright as he finds Brendan Bolio, and that's good enough for a first down.
Great escape by Enright. He does a nice job of keeping his composure as he was pressured by Darius Wood-Steichen out of that pocket and was able to get the connection anyway.
Fry. High load by a couple of Dragons. It might have been Vita who got him. No, it was Mike McClanahan who got him low.
Safeties are coming up hard. Their run support. Now you just have to be careful because you have to also be able to read things on that play action. And the Dragons have gotten stung by it, and the Dragons have stung the Beavers on that same type of play. Play action makes those safeties come up hard.
Enright to put it up. Incomplete. DeAndre Taylor provided the coverage. All DeAndre Taylor has done this year has been great defensively.
He has. He's been a blanket on every receiver that he has saddled with every single Saturday. He's got to go against their toughest receivers. And here he's proven his worth again in the Dragon uniform.
3rd and 8 once again. The Dragons blitz. It's a low throw, but complete, but short of a first down. Well short. Guess who just made another tackle as Enright found Bolio out of the backfield. It's 4th down, and Bemidji State looks like they're going to kick it away.
And Hunter Saul from Durban, North Dakota, played at Central Cass, 6'3", 265. He actually slid his way out. He read that play perfectly as they tried to get that screen play rolling, and Hunter Saul was out there to help put a snuff on it.
Anderson back on his own 35. Not his best effort. He will get a hop, skip, and a jump. This will be a 28-yard punt with no return, so the Dragons will start from their own 23-yard line.
So they avoided a disaster. After that botched field goal try, the Dragons defense has bent again, didn't break, caused a 3-and-out, caused that punt, and now gave the ball back to the offense. So the Dragons defense has been performing at a high enough level to get this offense back on the field.
Denver Colgrove in the ball game for the Dragons. To the right of Jacob Sinati. The snow continues to flutter here in Moorhead. Sinani looking long. Incomplete. He's looking for Jake Richter. Why not? He's already found him for 2 long scores.
Right? Throw it out there and see if he can just grab one out of the air again. Steve? I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Look at this. The snow is just little tiny flakes coming down. No wind, folks. It's beautiful. I guess it looks the same on television as it does in person. Very nice. It's probably drying out down there.
With your rotten singing, you just
Oh, goodness.
blew that beautiful scene. The snow's coming down. Look at that in the back. It's just.
It is.
It's
It's
just
beautiful.
wet outside. I don't think it's really icy.
No.
And the folks were enjoying it, maybe thinking about making some hot cocoa, and then, like at Kmart, over the intercom, some bad Christmas music provided by you.
One, Dragon fans are warm, fuzzy right now with a lead 24-21. What more could they ask for?
A good ball game for the Axe. Home team has
Yes,
not
it is.
won since 6 years ago today. So the Dragons trying to win for the first time here since 2013 in this series. Here comes Bemidji State. They rush 5. Sinani clocked, but he gets it off. He overthrows Jake Richter, who's running a fly pattern every time. This will be a 3-and-out for the Dragons as they'll kick it away.
Jacob Sinani took a little hit at the end of that, but it wasn't a rush throw. He just overthrew his would-be receiver, Bieberdorf.
That was Bieberdorf, not Richter.
Right?
So here comes Oxendorf, the dangerous Michael Junker, who has a long kickoff return, a couple good punt returns, and an interception for good measure, is back deep.
Let's try not to kick to him. Instead, he's got it.
He's got it, and he's loose until Carson Zark grabs him and spins him down, but not after Junker gets an 11-yard gain. So Bemidji State will start at the 49-yard line. I see Kaylee Sedlacek down on the sidelines. Kaylee, you're a goalie, so when you're playing in weather like this, you're standing around waiting for some action like you are now. What are you doing to keep warm on the soccer field?
Oh, just what I'm doing right now, pacing back and forth, trying to keep my toes warm and everything else warm.
See, you made mistake number 1 as a broadcaster, and you're going to be great with whatever you do, but you might want to wear warm socks.
Oh, yeah.
You want to keep your feet warm on a day like today. Fry, a 1-yard loss. Are your feet getting warmer as you stamp them down on the track?
Yeah, no, it doesn't seem to be helping at all, especially as the snow is coming down harder and harder, it seems like.
Okay, well, I can help you as far as your broadcasting career. As far as your footwear selection, this is all on you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, big mistake.
Boots might have been a good choice
Boots
today.
and wool socks next
I
time.
have to add that to the collection.
Right?
Here comes Fry. Watch out. He's heading to his collection. He had 140 yards in the first half. He just got 12 and a first down.
There, and the defense of the Dragons had just corralled the Beavers running back Fry for a loss, and this time he picks up 12.
1st and 10 for Bemidji State. Fry again. Why not? The Dragons maybe looking like they're more interested in tackling the football as Fry spins ahead for 6. This guy is putting on some kind of performance.
Well, that offensive line has been doing a bang-up job for him up front as they're able to control the line of scrimmage.
7:10 remaining, 3rd quarter. Steve, Don, and Kaylee. It's got a nice ring, especially at the end. Fry again, why not? Right at the middle. A broken record, and this is what we've seen all afternoon long, and that's Fry gobbling up big chunks of yardage all the way down to the 15-yard line.
And not a speed demon, like I said before in the first half. He just keeps those legs churning, and he's picking up big chunks of yardage, like you just said, from his vision and his cutting ability.
I think Bemidji State just told the Dragons they're going to give it to number 1. Let's see if they can stop him. Nope, Enright's going to put it up. Into the end zone, he's got a man. It's Williams again, touchdown. Bemidji State is back on top. Well, Bemidji State didn't tell them they were going to give it to Fry.
No, little play action fake, and then a perfect pass and catch to Williams. Williams separated from the defensive back by 3 yards and was all alone in that end zone. Pretty much an easy touchdown for the Beavers there.
So here's Mason Hoford. He has missed 2 kicks at this end. They were both field goal tries. High snap, good hold. kick is through. What a ball game. 6.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. It's now Bemidji State 28, the Dragons 24.
Get fired up for the new Shop MSUMDragons.com, the official online store of Dragon Athletics, featuring top brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Columbia, and more. Get gear in women's, youth, toddler, and infant sizes, perfect for all of our Dragon fans. Support your favorite Dragon team with Select a Logo. Anything custom ships in 72 hours. And take your tailgating to the next level with items like bleacher chairs, tailgate tents, and lawn chairs. Get the gear and support your team with profits going directly to Dragon Athletics from Shop MSUMDragons.com.
What an answer by Bemidji State. They take the lead 28-24 and gives you a little taste of what the Dragons of Bemidji State's playing for. So, you know, I'm looking up top. The last time we showed these standings presented by Buffalo Wild Wings, this is for sole possession possibly of second place.
Right, in the North Division, second place is a good spot to be in, especially with a couple of those losses that the Dragons let, a couple of games that ended up being losses that the Dragons let get away from them earlier on with St. Paul and Winona. Being able to battle for that second spot up there in the North Division is a pretty good season right now.
Sweep taken down by Colby Wadsworth out of Boone, Iowa, as Bemidji State just had a 5-play, 49-yard drive, and they've retaken the lead in what's turned out to be everything we could ask for in a battle for the Axe football game here in Moorhead.
Right, back and forth, both teams leaving it all out here on the field, defensively, offensively, just smash mouth type of football, and it's been a fun game so far, and we have, albeit about 22 minutes left.
Here comes Bieberdorf. Never could get his body squared. Jalen Jenkins out of Chicago, Illinois, takes him down as maybe some of that little momentum has shifted back over to the other side of the field.
Yeah, the Beavers have captured, of course, the lead, and they maybe have captured some of the momentum. And that all just tells me that the Dragons need to get back to what they were doing that made them successful, and that was running the football and having the run set up the pass.
Here's Herman Gray spinning and then getting pile driven into the turf by Alex Hoffman. So this will be, or James Moe, this will be a 3rd and 7. 28-24 is our score here, and it's the same score down in Sioux Falls. Minnesota State Mankato leads at the University of Sioux Falls 28-24, just underway in the fourth quarter. Monumental playoff implications in that ball game. Same with the ball game in Winona. Augustana 17, Winona State 16, 4:07 left third quarter. Sinani throwing. Richter tried to bring down a one-handed grab but couldn't, as DeVell Fox was there with them, and the Dragons, another 3 and out. They're going to have to kick it away.
DeVell Fox giving up about 5 inches to Jake Richter, but he was right in perfect position to get his hands up there and not let Jake come down with that ball on the sideline.
Junker back deep. Bieberdorf under pressure. Gets hit. This is a flag. It's a great kick. Junker makes the fair catch as Oxendorf is still down.
Looked like he got rolled up on pretty good. They went for the block. They were going for the juggernaut.
The way he hit him, is this the 5 or 15-yard variety?
Because he came underneath his leg, I'm going to say it's going to be the 15.
Yeah, because he got his plant foot.
Yeah, and rolled up underneath him.
Here's Rolf Erickson.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker. Defensive team number 54. That's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. It includes an automatic first down.
Here it is once again. I want you to concentrate, Don, on the left leg.
He gets the kickoff.
And then into, ouch, his left foot went the wrong way, and Oxendorf immediately grabbed it. So he's not feeling good right now, but that's a big play. That's like a turnover, so the Dragons get the football back.
They get the football back and plus 15 yards. Now they have to take advantage of this opportunity that they've been given.
So the Dragon offense back on the field. Sinani with time. Throws it away as James Moe put on the pressure. Maybe that light switch that you talked about that's gone on was the offensive line, because if you've noticed in the last, I don't know, since the midway of the second quarter, Sinani's had a lot more time to throw the ball.
He's had time, and he hasn't had to scramble. This time he exited the pocket on his own just to try to find an opening, and there wasn't anything. He did the smart thing. He threw that ball away.
2nd and 10, Bieberdorf. Here he comes again around the right side. This time he got the square into the 49. He got 6. This will be 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4 is manageable. Pass, run, options are there. This is about the longest run that they've found outside the tackles, outside the tight end area, out on the perimeter, that the Dragons have been able to muster up today. They've done a lot better within the tackles and with that short pass to the receiver on the outs.
3rd and 4, Bresnahan wide open on the near side. Junker will make the tackle, but not until Grady hauls in his 2nd ball today, and that's a big Dragon first down.
Seriously big first down for the Dragons. Nice job by Grady to watch that ball into his hands and not get antsy. This time he got past the stakes while he caught the ball right at the stake and knew that he had the first down. Then it's try to pick up extra, see what he can get.
Some volleyball scores on the bottom. That's a huge game as far as national and conference implications. So's that one. Concordia St. Paul and Minnesota Duluth played last night. Minnesota Duluth coming out with the win. Here's a pitch to Ty Jokum. He's got some running room, and then he's twisted down by Jalen Jenkins as Jokum picks up 4. So some Jokum here, some Herman Gray there. Keep him honest with a couple chucks downfield to Bieberdorf and Richter.
And
that's been the
Bresnahan.
offense,
Yeah. Give it to Colgrove here and there. He's in there now.
So here comes a 2nd and 6. Denver's going to block. Sinani throwing long, and it's nearly intercepted. In fact, it should have been by Gunnar Feldhage. This will be a 3rd down.
There's that safety over the top. Trying to go for the gusto to Grady Bresnahan. Didn't look anywhere else. Jacob Sinani had keyed in on that. That left Feldhage out there in the middle of the field looking at those eyes going, I can go over there and try to take that ball away. That time he did not come up with the interception, but he didn't have to read a whole lot. He just had to slide over there over the top, and he had a chance.
3rd and 6 for the Dragons here at the 3-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Down by 4. Whistles.
Grab a timeout.
Yep, Steve Lockway. I thought I saw his assistant coaches signaling in with only a couple left on the play clock, so they take a timeout.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
It's now easier than ever to watch the Dragons on your TV with the Dragons app for Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Android TV. No more AirPlay, clumsy cords, or small screens. Stream all live and on-demand games right from your TV at home, simply and easily. Get the Dragons app today. Minnesota State Mankato just scored. They're up 35-24 on USF down in Sioux Falls with 12-19 left to go. The snow is lightened up here. still coming down here in Moorhead. Empty backfield for Jacob Sinani. He'll pump and run all over Moorhead and throws an interception. Lucas Rojas comes up with the pick. It's the second turnover today for the Dragons. That's Rojas' first interception of the season. And Bemidji State's going to get the ball back here with 2:54 left to go.
Jacob Sinani exits very well from the pocket, but then just throws the ball right into the hands of Lucas Rojas.
So here come the Beavers, up by 4 with the ball. Here comes Fry. He's hit. He's taken down. He'll get nothing. He's coming up from his defensive back position was Mike McClanahan to make the tackle. 2:38 left. Third quarter, Bemidji State leads it. It's the battle for the axe. Steve DeStacio, Don Groth, Kaylee Sedlacek here from Moorhead. This is a 2nd and 10 for Bemidji State. Fry up the middle. Last couple plays, there hasn't been much up the middle, and that's where Fry's done most of his damage.
Yeah, he has been able to pick his way between the tackles. Now the defensive line of the Dragons and the linebackers filling those gaps very well and not allowing him to get loose. Big third down here for the Dragons.
Bemidji State is 4 of 10 on third downs. End right throw, he's got a man, but he slipped. Malik Williams is claiming he caught the ball, but he one-hopped it, and this will bring up a 4th down, a quick 3 and out for Bemidji State. He was wide. Did he catch that ball?
No, it went through. Didn't have his hands all the way underneath it. It went through, and the backside of that ball hit the ground. Close, though. Very close, in my opinion.
So here comes Jacob Anderson once again.
Dragons averted.
Anderson, end over ender. Bresnahan from the 20. Grady puts his shoulder down. That guy's not afraid of anything, including Colby Wadsworth. He threw him down at the 27-yard line. So the Dragons get the ball back thanks to a great defensive effort.
And Michael Junker right there on the coverage for the Beavers. And Grady actually got the upper hand on that. When he turned back into him, he laid him out. So that was pretty good.
Don't mess with Grady Bresnahan, 5'9", 168, and the heart of a lion.
Yes, he does. He's got a big heart. Now the offense has to do what the Dragon defense has done, and that is get their job done. Continue to drive, get some first downs.
Here comes Jokum, nowhere to go. He'll get wrestled out of bounds by Zolly Kaplan, sophomore out of St. Louis Park, Minnesota, and just up the street from St. Louis Park, the University of Minnesota.
I knew you were going to bring it up sometime.
Well, they beat Penn State
today.
They
did.
That is a tantamount game for the Golden Gophers, 31-26.
And now they're 9-0 and
9 and rip.
And they haven't been relevant in the national scene since 1961, maybe in 1970, but 61 when they won a national title. They won some titles back in the 40s.
Here's Jokum for 4. All I remember, so I've moved up here in 94, so I've been up here 25 years. All I remember about Minnesota football being relevant is them beating Louisiana Monroe, Louisiana Lafayette, Southwest Louisiana, Northern Louisiana. They win one or two Big Ten games and go to a bowl game, and that's just not good enough.
No.
But PJ Fleck's got it done.
He has. He's changed the culture down there, and it looks like a win like that is just catapulting that team.
Maybe the final play of the third quarter, and maybe the whole state of Louisiana hates me. 3rd and 4 for the Dragons. Sinani has threw it behind Bresnahan with 2.3 seconds remaining, and 3 and out is now becoming a theme.
Alex Hoffman had some pressure in there on Sinani late in that play. And now it's 4th down, and we're going to have punter.
It's Hobart
Diaz.
Yeah, Hobart Diaz on for the first time to kick this year. Okay, not his best effort. This is going to take a sideways hop. It's going to go down at the 47-yard line. It's a 14-yard punt, and that's going to be it for quarter number 3 in Moorhead. 28-24, Bemidji State leads the Dragons.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
We start the 4th quarter with a report from Kaylee Sedlacek.
So as you saw earlier in the 3rd quarter, Blake Oxendorf went down when he got hit, and he immediately got into the sideline, and they were touching his ankle, and he was wincing in pain. So it's safe to say he might not be back in the game today.
Kaylee, thank you very much. See, us kickers might be soft, but when we're hurt, it's of the serious variety. So.
And you're smart enough to get off the field.
Well,
sometimes other position players think they can still play when they're limping and running around.
Yeah, but then Hobart Diaz only gets off a short kick. Here comes Fry again. Can this Dragon defense come up with the goods? Fry has been downright terrific today. Approaching the 200-yard mark. He's now over the 180 mark here this afternoon.
With that run of about 6 yards, stymied at the play right at the line of scrimmage, but nobody on the defensive line for the Dragons that stymied him could get a hand on him, and he bounces it out.
And right, throwing long, intercepted. That's Chad Vida, the center fielder. He didn't have to go Willie Mays on that. That was right at him. Vida has had a big day tackling, and there's that turnover bug Bemidji State has been guilty of. They're now -8 on the season.
Right, and they needed not to do this to salt this game away and pick up a first down, but they go for the home run. And Chad Vida, he just slides right underneath that throw as the quarterback Enright. I mean, with the break that the receiver had, he looked open, but Chad Vida was able to just slide over, and he takes that ball away. Very advantageous. Now the Dragons need to use this, put some points on the board.
Herman dancing. He'll get 3 or 4. He'll get 4 up to the 29-yard line. 14-14 left on. Are we allowed to call this a beautiful?
It is a beautiful day.
Spectacular day.
It is. It's a fantastic day. The wind isn't blowing. There's a little bit of snow. You know, it's November. Anything can happen up here, right?
I still want to be playing golf.
Well, I know, but anything can happen up in this North Country.
2nd and 6. Herman Gray again. Looking for some running room that isn't there, and he gets nothing. This is a 3rd down.
3rd and 5, a good 5, maybe a long 5. More like a 3rd and 6. Let's see what the Dragons dial up for a play to pick up this first down. Any of the receivers have to make their way past the stakes if they're going to pick up a first down here, obviously. But to set themselves in position for Sinani, they have to be past the stakes. Beavers are a good tackling team.
This is nearly intercepted by Gabe Ames. This will be, or check that, Lucas Ruas, who already has an interception today. This will be a 4th down for the Dragons. Another 3 and out, and here comes Hobart Diaz again. I believe his last punt was 15 yards. The Dragons are looking for a better effort here. They get it. A fair catch called for by Junker. That's 33 yards by Diaz, and that's good enough with no return.
Yes, with no return, he put that thing up, had good hang time. The coverage team was able to get down there and made the receiver, Michael Junker, take it as a fair catch. So good job by Diaz to get that ball that high and have that good hang time. Now the Dragons on the offense, Jacob Sinani was really keying on Grady Bresnahan the last 2 times they've had the ball, and it hasn't come out in a favorable situation.
Fry for 2.
Add 2 more to his game total that is fairly large already, well over 200.
Fry still on his feet. He'll get forward progress to the 45.
Wood Steichen on the stop.
We got a great one here. Down in the heartland. Wayne State 62, Upper Iowa nothing.
Wow.
1:46 left to go.
Isn't that a little bit of a surprise, Steve?
Halftime in Bismarck. Minnesota Duluth 45, Mary nothing. This has been a treat compared to
some of those games
down there. 3rd and 3. Fry. He's going to get the first down. He needed 3, and he got 3.5.
I was going to say he's got 3 and an inch. Just enough to move the chains.
Concordia St. Paul earlier today beat Southwest Minnesota State 24-14. Here, Bemidji State leads the Dragons 28-24, 11:35 left to go on a snowy afternoon in Moorhead. Dragon volleyball at the top of the hour. Enright has Malik Williams, and he dropped it. Malik Williams, I'm not convinced he brought the right spikes today.
I don't think there's anything you can have that isn't right for this field. This field turf is anything from a quarter to a half inch you can wear for spikes, and normally they're just normal running spikes that these guys are using for football.
Fry upended. This will be 3rd and 9.
Great play by Hunter Saul. Great play there as he stymied the whole line of scrimmage and did not give Jalen Fry an inch. Plus, he got him wrapped up and was able to tackle him.
Kaylee, you're down there near the field. When you're on the field, how slick is it?
The field is, it's getting more and more slick as the game goes on. I would say at the beginning of the game it wasn't a factor, but as the game goes on, it's being more and more of a factor to get planted on this turf.
Enright popped, incomplete. The Dragons did a stunt, including Matt Show, and they brought the pressure.
And Matt Show lowered the boom on Enright, was able to make him throw that ball way earlier than he wanted to. Again, the Dragon defense showing their wares right here.
So here comes Anderson again, standing back at his own 35-yard line. See if Grady Bresnahan can pop one here. Anderson, an absolute beauty. Will this hopper go in the end zone? It does the latter. A 51-yard punt by Anderson, and the Dragons will have the ball at the 20-yard line, trailing 28-24. What a treat here on the final home game of the season.
10.5 minutes left, a 4-point ball game, playing for the Axe. Yeah, as a Dragon fan, as a Dragon player, as a Beaver, you can't ask for anything better. It's great football here in November. What a fun time.
There's Brent Bolte. He's been with this Bemidji State Beaver outfit for the last 2 decades, longtime assistant of Jeff Tesh. And here's Grady Bresnahan. And then taking over once Tesh left a couple of years ago. A quick hitter to Bresnahan got 5.
Long handoff, as I want to call it. That one-man screen out there. Had Bieberdorf out there blocking for him.
Jacob Sinani, 16 of 32 today for 231 yards and a pair of interceptions. Here comes Ty Jokum. He'll break a tackle. He'll pick up 7 yards. First down.
Lumbering through there, just picking his knees up, running high knees, low center of gravity, and Ty Jokum is able to pick up that first down. He runs hard, runs through 2 would-be tacklers, carries the one for about 3 yards to pick up that first down.
Ty again. A gain of 2. How about this? Herman Gray came into today with 145 rushing yards. He's got 103 here today on 11 carries.
On senior day too. What a great way for him to finish up playing on this field.
This will be a 2nd and 8 for the Dragons. 9:22 left to go. All 24 of the Dragon points came in the second quarter. Sinani, this is a loose football. Still loose. Bemidji had it, the Dragons had it, and ultimately James Moe has it. Turnover on the strip sack.
Pressure coming around the outside on Jacob Sinani's backside. And as he's planting and getting ready to throw, there he is.
Zolly Kaplan.
Zolly Kaplan, the 6'2", 225-pound linebacker out of St. Louis Park, is able to get the strip sack on Jacob Sinani and cause that turnover. And the Beavers are now in business inside the 30.
They're going to go Wildcat with Jalen Fry. 1st and 10. Fry looking, squirming, being pushed forward, but they're going to blow the whistle, and he's going to get marked down at the 21-yard line, a pickup of 4.
His forward progress had stopped there.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. So the whistle blew, and he kept going.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so did the defense. They just couldn't bring him to the ground because nobody's tackling at the waist.
Go back to the first quarter where Bemidji State had these opportunities, and the Dragon defense held Bemidji State to 2 field goal opportunities. They missed them both. If they can hold them to a field goal opportunity here, it continues to be a one-score game.
Exactly.
Fry once again.
Need to tackle.
And the Dragons do. He gets a yard to the 20. It'll be 3rd and 5 as Matt Show made the tackle.
Nice breakdown by the Dragons, and Matt Show is able to lower his center of gravity, lower his hips, get himself in position so that he didn't get juked out of his jock as he just lowers that shoulder, and he's able to do a perfectly picture-perfect form tackle. Great job of Matt Show.
How far would a Dragon stop go here? 3rd and 5 as Fry once again is in the Wildcat. He has not thrown a pass today. He'll fumble it. He's in a whole bunch of trouble, and DeAndre Taylor's got him. He'll lose 6 yards, and it's 4th down.
What a gamble by Coach Brent Bolte to run the Wildcat when your quarterback has been really solid all game. Enright.
4th and 11 for Bemidji State. Enright back in the ball game. Instead of a 42 or 43-yard field goal try, the Bemidji offense is on the field. 8 seconds on the play clock. Enright throwing long. Flags are down. Carson Zark was on the coverage, but he got twisted and turned around, and this is going to be a hold or a pass interference against the Dragons.
The Dragons defense doing everything they possibly can. They couldn't dial up any pressure as they were bringing a couple of linebackers, but the Beavers had it blocked and were able to get everything handled.
One by each team. Personal foul, shot block, offense, number 48 and 72. Pass interference, defense, number 1. Those penalties offset, replay 4th down.
Whole bunch of penalties, and as we called this as kids, this could be a do-over.
Do-over. Put her back, 4th and 11.
A chop block against Bemidji State and the pass interference against Carson Zark. We do it again. 4th and 11 for the Beavers from the Dragon 26-yard line. Enright. Pressured by Darius Wood-Stike, and a flag is down.
That'll be a holding.
Yep, Carson Zark couldn't intercept it. This is going to be a hold against Bemidji State, and I think the Dragons are going to get the ball back.
And I'm pretty sure that Darius Wood-Steichen got tackled. That'll be a first down for the Dragons as they take the ball over on downs.
They did better than limiting Bemidji State to a field goal try.
Right.
They got the ball back on downs.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. The defense has played tremendous. You look at it, it's 28 points they've given up, but in very crucial instances, they have come up with the big play. The offense now has to follow suit for the Dragons and try to put themselves in a position to win this game.
The offense hasn't really put the defense in great situations so
No,
far. Right.
no, they haven't.
Right.
But it's now their turn to turn the switch on and do their job, and that is go get first downs, move the ball down. They need to score a touchdown.
From the 26-yard line, the Dragon offense has not done much at all here in this second half. Sinani with time, looking for a home run, and it's incomplete as he was looking for Grady Bresnahan.
A little bit too much focus the last 2, almost 3 possessions. Number 3 has been in his sights and the main target just about every pass play, and they need to change things up a little bit. They're double covering on Grady Bresnahan. That time he was sandwiched. There wasn't very much room. That window was very small to find a completion.
Bresnahan and Richter here on the near side. They're going to run it with Denver Colgrove. Denver on the loose. He'll get tackled from behind at the 30-yard line and pick up 4. 6:20 left to go. Bemidji State leading 28-24, trying to become the 7th consecutive team in this rivalry to win on the road.
Right? Isn't that amazing that it's been
6 consecutive teams?
6 years. 6 years ago.
Yep.
The
6
Dragons
years ago
won.
today.
Yep. 6 years ago today, the Dragons won on their home field here.
On grass.
On grass against Bemidji. In every other game for the Axe, the away team has won since.
Sinani. Can't find anybody dressed in gray. And this is incomplete, and there's also a flag down. It's an Ethan Gerbic hold, and the end result, Don, is going to be a Hobart Diaz punt.
Right? They declined, and that'll bring up 4th down. 4th and 6. The Dragon offense did not hold up their end of the deal. The defense got it done, turned the ball over, and they were able to get the offense the ball back.
Diaz!
Boomer!
Blastage! Junker grabs it, and a kneel down. How about a 53-yarder by Hobart Diaz? And that's a huge play, as he might have just flipped the field.
Yes, he did. That is an amazing punt. It took him 2 other tries,
he had to warm
little warm-ups, and that time he booms a beautiful spiral. Cuts through any wind that's there and is able to pin the Beavers back at their own 17.
All right, here we go. 5.5 minutes left to go. Bemidji State up by 4. Gross in motion. So is Fry, who's now in the backfield with Enright. Fry. Hit by Vida, who's had himself an afternoon, and that's a pickup of 1. That was Fry's 41st carry. He now has 205 yards.
And he had 23 carries at halftime. And at the end of 3, he had 32 carries. So he's been tearing it up today against the Dragons. And he's been carrying the load for the Beavers.
So this will be a 2nd and 9. You can't be too cute if you're Bemidji State, because you might just give the ball back if you don't get a first down to the Dragons, or you will give it back. Here's Fry. Carry number 42. Got a yard, and that's about it. 3rd and 8.
Defensive line for the Dragons and the defensive backs and the linebackers now all have to be cognizant of a play-action pass that has been very effective, and there seems to have been wide receivers open in plays like this earlier in the game.
Outstanding opportunity for the Dragons here. 3rd and 8. It's Fry again. He's got some running room. He fumbles. But Bemidji State recovered, and they're going to get a first down.
I do believe. Yep.
Or did the Dragons get it? Darius Wood-Steichen says his buddies got it.
And I saw a white jersey laid down on top of it. Yep. Yeah, he already called it. Fumbled it forward, and one Dragon had a chance at it, and then we'll see number 87 get the coverage on it for the Beavers. And that is Jacob Anderson, 6'5", wide receiver, 210 pounds, out of Merrill, Wisconsin for the Beavers. Got the cover up on that, number 87.
He's also the punter. He said, well, I'll stay out here on offense, not punt the ball away. And now Bemidji State is going to take a timeout. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. It's Bemidji State 28, the Dragons 24. Make every ATM a free ATM. With a Gate City Bank checking account, you can use any ATM for free with unlimited automatic fee refunds. Contact us or visit gatecitybank.com. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life, member FDIC. The Dragons and rushing attempts are synonymous in the NSIC record book. You'll remember Anchorage, Alaska native Frederick R.J. Rollins in the Metrodome in 2005 ran 52 times and ran wild.
Oh, ran wild,
in back-to-back wins for Minnesota Crookston in the Metrodome. That was a Steve Lockway. That's when Steve Lockway was the offensive coordinator. Here comes Fry again. This is number 44. Always remember, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Lockway ran Wildcat before Wildcat was invented. It's the truth.
Right?
He is so proud of that.
Right? Exactly. He was doing it. He was doing it with his teams before it was even something.
He said, you know, I ran Wildcat before Wildcat got famous. And it's right. He's right.
Yeah, that's right.
That guy scored.
One less person to touch the ball. And you didn't have to worry about making a handoff. It was already in the hands of the person that you wanted to run the ball. Now, I'm looking at the Beavers are going to have to get at least 2 first downs to salt this game away.
And right to put it up. Looking long. But DeAndre Taylor never turned around. And Brendan Bolio did, and there's one of your first downs.
And they stopped the clock on themselves there, though, because he went out of bounds. And as in their position right now, Coach Bolte, he wants that tackle, or he wants guys to go down inbounds, let that clock run.
Now it's running. Right.
Yep.
Outside of 2 minutes, then it stops, then it starts.
Yeah, as soon as they set the chains, then they start it again. Dragons need to come up with a big play. Give their offense a chance again and an opportunity to win this game.
Here's Fry, hit by Vita. He'll go down, and now Steve Lockway will exercise his second timeout. We'll take a break with 2:25 left to go. We will stay in Moorhead during this timeout.
Your man cave is a lie. It's not a masculine refuge, it's a basement in your wife's house. Caves don't have frilly craft store signs. Yell about it. In your man cave, no one can hear you scream. Wake up! Head upstairs and get to B-dubs, where the kegerators are just called taps, the wall color is TVs, and the wings taste like freedom. Also, your friends actually like coming here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
We might have we do have a nominee for our player of the game. It's Jalen Fry.
Oh, I think it is.
40. I've got 45
carries
for 208 yards.
Yeah.
Just
ridiculous.
I mean,
He's
Brent
controlled
Bolte
the
came
game.
in here and said, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And if you can stop him, great. If you can't, then we're taking that axe back to Bemidji.
Yeah. And right now, outside of something big by the Dragon defense, that's what we're going to see today. The Bemidji Beavers came in and executed their game plan.
Fry, nothing. Steve Lockway will take his final timeout. This time we will step away. 2:21 left to go. Drama in Moorhead.
Affinity Plus definitely seems like a credit union that cares about people. I've always had a good time whenever I go into my branch. I feel like I laugh every time. Like if they came into a bar, right, then they would be like the friend that you want to introduce to everybody. I talk about this credit union all the time because I think it's just like a gift to the world, because with my experience in the past, this has been just indescribable.
All right, Don, here you go. 28-24, 2:21 left to go. A little recap here, NSIC North football. Final home game here for the Dragons in 2019. And I think if you're Bemidji State, I mean, you can run it and run some more time if you want. Is that what you do with Brent Bolte? I mean, his defense has been great.
I said you needed to get at least 2 first downs. They need another first down to salt this game away. So this is a big 3rd and 12.
Yeah, this is the game right here. They'll keep it on the ground with Fry. So the Dragons are going to get the ball back. The play clock starts, so they're going to have to kick this ball with 1:35 left. Brent Bolte was over, and now he's next to the official.
They might take the penalty.
Well,
Move it back 5. Give yourself a little bit more room so you don't kick it into the end zone. Maybe pin the Dragons down inside the 10.
Don, I think if they kick the ball into the end zone, I don't buy that giving yourself room stuff.
I know.
I think Brent Bolte's going to take a timeout, and everyone here in Moorhead knows that, and they just did. 28-24. There's the 1:35.
Right.
So our math is still apt, and the Dragons, they're going to get a minute and a half, and that's unless there's a block punt, which in the college game is an eternity.
And it minute 35? Yeah. The block punt is there's no counting on that, because if you go for it, you got to be willing to take the consequences of a roughing the punter that would give them a first down, and then the game is over.
Right.
So do you wait for the ball, let them kick it to you, and give yourself a chance on offense, or has the offense not been doing enough and you go, hey, you know what? We've blocked kicks this year. Let's go get another one. Take our chances and go get it.
I think you go get it, but you tell your team, do not hit the kicker.
Well, I know. So you got to go, but you can't really go. You got to make sure that you're letting up at the last second.
Good snap. Anderson gets it off. This is a beauty. And Grady Bresnahan will make the fair catch at the 10-yard line. Okay.
90 yards in a minute, 29.
First of all, if you're Brent Bolte and Bemidji State, I think you couldn't ask for anything better.
Nope.
10-yard line. You're going to make them go 90.
Yep.
No timeouts, and their defense has been spectacular here in the second half.
Yeah.
If you're Steve Lockway, you got a chance.
Yes. Yeah. You've got the ball in your hands. Defense did what it needed to do to get the ball back. Yes.
And here's our BSN Coaches Cam presented by BSN. Your Nike and Under Armour partner is BSN. Sinani throwing long, incomplete. Fortunate that ball wasn't intercepted. DeVell Fox and Gunnar Feldhage just double-teamed a wounded Jake Richter, who has had himself an afternoon. Fry's going to be our player of the game, unless the Dragons were maybe to score here. Richter, 5 catches, 147 yards, and a pair of touchdowns.
Yeah, and the hard part here is, right now, Steve, is that the Beavers can focus on 2 players, number 3 and number 10.
Here is Sinani throwing long. Incomplete, and there's the flag. The question, Don, is it is a pass interference. Okay.
Yeah, he pulled him pretty good. That had a chance to be a long, long reception. Ryan Harvey Turner for the Dragons had the step.
Defense, number 29, 15-yard penalty, automatic.
Okay, not a spot foul, but
No,
it's 15.
It is 15 from the line of scrimmage. So, and it's a first down, and about what? How about 7 seconds went off the play clock? So it is positive yardage, and that was going to be a big gainer. So as a defender, it was actually a pretty good foul to take.
Sinani, complete, Connor Henke, and he got out of bounds. How about 10 more yards? If I'm telling you, this Steve Lockway, after what I saw in Concordia St. Paul 4 years ago, the miracle, as you see Sinani hooking up here. This is a guy that went 94 yards with Jake Hodge and a touchdown to Corey Ambrose with no timeouts and 30 seconds left. Here's Sinani lobbing it up, looking for Ryan Harvey Turner, and it's incomplete. So they're trying to use the height of the 6'1" sophomore who couldn't pull that down. Junker, who's
going
great defensively for Bemidji State, was there.
Who's been going against number 29, Ryan Kennard, defensive back out of Ontario, California, who's 5'8", 180, has good speed. He's a senior, but the height difference in that man-to-man coverage, that's where Ryan Harvey Turner has the advantage.
2nd and 10. Bemidji State brings 2. Sinani throws. He hit Ryan Bieberdorf, and that's going to be a first down. He got 11 yards. The clock will stop with $1:02 left. The ball will be at the 46-yard line. Now we're under a minute.
Now there's time. There's still time.
Sinani
have to get out of bounds, though.
Hits Bresnahan, who squirts out of bounds at the 49. 48.6 seconds remaining. Just a reminder, it's going to be tight. A tight window here as we will transition from football to volleyball at the top of the hour. But
I thought you were talking about a tight window here to get a score for the Dragons. Yeah.
Well, we got
both.
We've got drama on the football field, and then we'll have volleyball inside.
Right on.
2nd and 6. Sinani fires. Got a man. Was it caught?
He got his foot down.
Grady Bresnahan, one of the best. DeVell Fox defending. The clock stops with 43.6 seconds remaining. The Dragons have the ball at the Bemidji State 41-yard line.
And what do they say when you're at the table? If you got a chip, you got a chance?
Chip in a chair.
Chip in a chair, and you got a chance. And the Dragons are picking away at this Beaver defense.
I think you could throw the ball to the middle of the field, and they do. Oh, what a catch! Connor Henke
on the line.
He got 12 yards. That's a first down. The clock will stop, and now it's starting again.
Started already.
35 seconds remaining. I think you can still do this, Don. There's time.
No, they're calling I should put 4 seconds back on. There's a player for the Beavers down who has got a cramp or something, or he had something. He wanted to get a stop. They hadn't had a change on their defensive line or their defensive backs since the Dragons crossed midfield.
I guess what I'm saying, Don, my point before was that this will be a Bemidji State timeout as there's an injured player.
Excuse me, it cannot be a 10-minute or 10-second runoff because there's an injured player for their
it's
team.
on the other team, right.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're not going to put 10 seconds back on.
No.
It should be 35, though.
You go down the hall and tell them.
I know. I looked at it when that guy went down. Jacob Sinani pointed at him and pointed at the white hat. Looked back at the referee and said he's laying down. And then 4 seconds went off, and they went with the play. But neither here nor there. They got 31 seconds. Chip and a chance. Here you go.
Sinani back. He's going to go for the end zone. Incomplete.
Yep.
The Dragons are looking for a flag, but I think the side judge, and he took a long time. It's Mark Nolan, and I believe after taking a second and third look made the right call, Don, as there's another injured Beaver. That was an uncatchable ball.
Oh, for sure. And Wadsworth is down here. He's struggling. Like I said, they went into this prevent defense. They took their defensive tackles out of the game, and they brought in extra linebackers like Wadsworth, and those guys were all running defense like a radar, as they used to call it, all up 2-point stance and using their hands, not really getting any rush, but making sure that Sinani stays in the pocket and delivers the ball.
I didn't understand what Ralph Erickson.
He's saying it's going to start when the snap for the Dragons because of the injured player. Well, it should anyway. It was a incomplete pass. Maybe a little bit of over explanation, but
we want to welcome all of you that just watched Augustana beat Winona State 26-25, and Minnesota State Mankato beat the University of Sioux Falls 42-39. Steve DeStacio, Don Groth, Kaylee Sedlacek. Here in Moorhead, the Dragons trail by 4, 24.6 seconds left to go. The Dragons trying to mount a comeback. Jacob Sinani throwing towards the end zone. He's got a man. It's incomplete.
Stepped out of bounds.
Zach Sweep either didn't catch it or dropped it. It does stop the clock with 16.1 seconds left to go.
But now it's 3rd and 10. You got to move the chains, and I wasn't sure. I thought Sinani was going to actually go past the line of scrimmage and run that ball to the far sideline.
He dropped it. He
did drop it. So now you don't have to go to the end zone. You need to get the first down and get out of bounds. So pass has to be down around the 15-yard line.
Bemidji State only brings 2. There's Jake Richter.
Well, now they need to get to the line, and they're going to get a chance to get this thing stopped at about the 8 seconds.
7.7.
2 plays left. Got the first down. So now the Dragons do have, if they execute correctly, they could have an incomplete pass and then have another chance at the end zone. Both have to go to the end zone. Great job by Richter in the middle of the field where the Beavers are giving you that inside piece, and he's a big body, so he's a big target. Now here we go.
Sinani back. He's taking up time. Sinani has to throw it. He had a man.
Oh,
and the clock does stop with 0.6 seconds left. Bemidji State.
What?
They're going to say the clock stopped prematurely. The game is over, and Bemidji State has defeated the Dragons by the score of 28-24 in what has been a classic. And then when they find the axe, they will go and grab it and celebrate it. 28-24 is our final score. Let's go straight to the highlights here, Don. This one was
bar burner.
Beauty.
Love it.
Here in Moorhead. When it was still snowing, Emmett Enright here to the end zone. That would turn out to be the game winner to Malik Williams with 6.5 minutes left to go. Here's Jacob Sinani running around, and this might not end well, and it didn't. Bemidji State ultimately won the turnover battle. Here's Emmett Enright again throwing and intercepted by Shad Vita, who had himself a great afternoon here today. And then finally Jacob Sinani getting sacked, getting stripped, and James Moe for Bemidji State would come up with the ball. The Beavers win the battle for the Axe as they defeat the Dragons here today by the final score of 28-24. So let's take a look at the final stats, and I think you got to look no further than the rushing. Bemidji State came into today averaging, or the fourth best team in the NSIC. They win the statistical category. Both teams turned the ball over 3 times, but Bemidji State got it when it counted. They win today. Our stats are presented by Midco. All right, let's go to our play of the game, presented by Herbert and Gerberts. The Beavers will celebrate, and it's this strip sack as Zolly Kaplan got it. James Moe recovered it for Bemidji State. The Dragons would hold, but this stunted their opportunity to come back. Bold between the bread. Truly bold play of the game is that strip sack by Bemidji State. Get flavor any way you want it at Herbert and Gerberts Sandwich Shop. Go to herbertandgerberts.com to order online for pickup and delivery. Remember to live life flavorfully. As far as our newsmaker of the game, this is an easy call. It's going to be Jalen Fry. 47 carries for 208 yards and a touchdown this afternoon. Jalen Fry is our newsmaker of the game, presented by the Forum of Fargo-Moorhead. Call 241-5445 today to get the Forum of Fargo-Moorhead delivered tomorrow. Don, I've got a volleyball match to broadcast in 2 minutes, so you better make this quick.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Dragons and the Beavers did not disappoint today. Great game. Both teams played their hearts out. It was a defensive battle, back and forth battle. The offenses sputtered at times. Now, the Beavers did what they said they were going to do. They were going to run the ball. They came in here and they executed. They ended up on the right side of the scoreboard, 28-24.
I hope I can see you to do this next year, Don.
You got it.
All
Thank
right,
you, guys.
This will do it for our presentation of Dragons football here today. There's volleyball that's coming up in a couple of moments. I'll have an audio-only webcast next Saturday beginning at 1 o'clock. Final score on the football field, Bemidji State 28, Dragons 24.
Heading to Fargo-Moorhead to get away and have a little fun? Book your room at the highly rated Microtel Inn & Suites. It's conveniently located just off 8th Street and I-94. Clean rooms and all the amenities you need to relax and recharge after a fun day out. Plus, when you wake up, you can enjoy a free hot breakfast. What are you waiting for? Book your room today at the Microtel Inn & Suites in Moorhead. Call 218-284-4022 or visit microtelmoorhead.com.
Get fired up for the new Shop MSUMDragons.com, the official online store of Dragon Athletics, featuring top brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Columbia, and more. Get gear in women's, youth, toddler, and infant sizes, perfect for all of our Dragon fans. Support your favorite Dragon team with Select a logo. Anything custom ships in 72 hours. And take your tailgating to the next level with items like bleacher chairs, tailgate tents, and lawn chairs. Get the gear and support your team with profits going directly to Dragon Athletics from Shop MSUMDragons.com.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Your man cave is a lie. It's not a masculine refuge, it's a basement in your wife's house. Caves don't have frilly craft store signs. Yell about it. In your man cave, no one can hear you scream. Wake up! Head upstairs and get to B-dubs, where the kegerators are just called taps. The wall color is TVs, and the wings taste like freedom. Also, your friends actually like coming here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
Affinity Plus definitely seems like a credit union that cares about people. I've always had a good time whenever I go into my branch. I feel like I laugh every time. Like if they came into a bar, right, then they would be like the friend that you want to introduce to everybody. I talk about this credit union all the time because I think it's just like a gift to the world, because with my experience in the past, this has been just indescribable.
Liddy here with another lesson.
Okay, gotta make a list. Pay cable bill, research car insurance rates, get groceries. And my student loan payment is due next week.
You look stressed. If you're worried about money, try riding that bus.
There is a bus stop pretty close to my job. I could give it a try.
Awesome. More conditioner?
Thanks a lot.
He learned his lesson. Join us and take the challenge to ride green.
This is more than a bundle. It's more than a combo deal. It's not just stuff. This is your home, your car. And you want to give them the protection they deserve. With home and auto insurance. State Farm agents get it. It's why they're here.
In Moorhead, talk to State Farm agent Dave Eggers.
Update or download to the all-new MSUM Dragons app on iTunes and Google Play. The new app features customized following of only your favorite Dragons teams, incredible in-app live stats and media coverage, and our fired-up rewards program all in one easy-to-use app. Update your Dragons app, search MSUM in your app store, or visit MSUMDragons.com/app to download the new MSUM Dragons app today.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Jacks just rushed 4 and they're going to get home.
Going for Wanzik in the end zone. What a catch! To the
the air on 3rd and goal. Tight end Brett Sampson.
And they're going to look for Enoch. Enoch, touchdown. 2-point conversion is good, and Brandon Valley takes the 1-point lead to win the game.
And Pierre Strong is going to carry it all the way in for a Jackrabbit touchdown.
Exceeding expectations. Getting better every day. It doesn't happen by chance. Preparation pays off. So the only question to ask yourself is, am I better today than I was yesterday? Exceed yesterday. Choose Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Prosperity is today's investment in tomorrow's promise. The promise of a better way of life. With every act of kindness, every act of creation, and with every act of love, we strengthen our community. And when we stand together as a community, we accomplish the impossible. We can choose to pass through life, or we can choose to pass on a better way of life.
Dragon Swim School is proud to offer year-round swimming and diving lessons with the lowest student-to-instructor ratio around. Lessons are available for all levels, including parent-child sessions and preschool. Help your child learn to love the water in a safe and caring environment with us at Dragon Swim School. Visit msumdragons.com/swim for more information. That's msumdragons.com/swim.
Today's match is brought to you by Minnesota State University Moorhead, WDAY Extra, Dragon Athletics, and a hustling Go Team Productions as we present MSU Moorhead Dragons Volleyball. Today, the Dragons take on Southwest Minnesota State. And good Saturday afternoon to you, and welcome back to the campus of MSU Moorhead. We are inside Alex Nemzik Hall in Moorhead for today's volleyball match. My name is Steve DeStacio. It's my privilege to be around a boatload of talented people who have turned us over from the football field to a volleyball match in a matter of a couple of moments. And now the Dragons take on a Southwest Minnesota State squad that is fighting for their playoff lives, albeit a nationally ranked Southwest Minnesota State team. They came in number 8, but they lost this past Tuesday night to Wayne State. They did win a huge one last night down in Aberdeen. They certainly have to win today, or else their playoff lives are in peril. As far as the Northern Sun is concerned, they're 8th in the region. But if the season ended before today's match started, Southwest Minnesota State would not make the NSIC tournament. So this is a large game for Southwest and for the Dragons. The Dragons have not had a victory of this magnitude over a nationally ranked team in a couple of years. Rachel Fink, a freshman out of Rochester, Minnesota, gets us started with a service ace, a good driving serve, and now the Dragons will just bump the ball over with Amanda Carlson, and now Southwest goes to the attack, and they're going to get it. That is Serena Smith, a middle blocker, a 6'3" junior out of Andover, Minnesota. Quick start for Southwest, another good driving serve. For the Dragons, Amanda Carlson gets the Dragons on the board. Elise Bakke out of North High School in Fargo comes in. A good dig opportunity for the Dragons, but Angela Young, who's first on Southwest out of Conde, South Dakota, an academic All-NSIC, a whale of a volleyball player as well. She averages almost 4 1/4 kills per set. Amanda Carlson couldn't put it away. Angela Young can. 4-1. The Mustangs have scored 4 of the first 5 points of this match. Peyton Jurlid serving. And now the Mustangs back to the attack. A running attempt by Zoe Lear. Young again. 3 kills here early, and the Mustangs have opened up a 5-1 lead. Gerland out of Mallard, Iowa. Another service winner, and the Dragons are on their heels. Gerland again. A driver to the back center. Now the Mustangs somehow get the ball over. Gerland on the defense. And a slam. On the near side, Zoe Lear. It's 7-1 Mustangs. This Southwest Minnesota State squad, you scratch their head. They have so many great victories this season, including at Northern State, their most recent outing last night. But then they drop matches as there's a block. Lear, Bob Young off the bench, and the timeout is called. What a start for the visitors. 8-1 Southwest with the early lead.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I didn't have to do anything. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But man, being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up out of bed to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to. The sheer effort it takes just for basic life functions like breathing has earned you the right to have someone bring that sandwich to you. Your struggle is not lost on us. Have a sandwich, you hero.
Let's take a look at our player comparison here with Southwest Minnesota State up 8-1. Kaylin Jenkins for the Dragons. Killing at 16%. Meg Schmidt is 12th in the NSIC at 32.5%. You can see the hitting percentage. Meg Schmidt with 124 errors this season, and both of them are workhorses for their respective squads. A player comparison presented by Matt Buss. Steve DeStacio with you, Alex Nelson behind the driver's seat, and a whole busload of talented students. How long have we been doing volleyball? 5 years, probably the tightest and the best job these guys have done to get us from the football field here inside to the volleyball floor. A little tip over the net by Lear out of Henderson, Nevada. She was a high school record discus thrower. That time showing some touch. There's no touch with the discus. You grab it and heave it as far as you can. 9-1 Southwest. Jedlick continues. Gerland. And now the Dragons stop this 7-0 run as Tia Doppler, the freshman out of Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, makes it 9-2. Selensky, who played at Bismarck Century, off her heels. Lear still got a lot of that ball from the back. Carlson couldn't put it away, but now Southwest with an easy one. 10-2 Mustangs, as coming in off of Terry Colhane's bench is Meg Schmidt. Just a sophomore out of Jordan, Minnesota. Elisa Bengen serving. A good one as well. The Dragons got beat here last night by a very talented USF Cougar team, 3-1, while Southwest was winning down at Northern and really denting Northern State's playoff chances. Northern State also fell out of a tie. There was a three-way tie for first place coming into last night. Minnesota Duluth came out the only victor. They beat Concordia St. Paul. Northern State lost, so it's Minnesota Duluth 15-2 coming into today. And the Bulldogs were ranked 4th in the region. It's 11-3 here as the Dragons serve. Good driving serve by Carlson. That ball hit the line, yes. Lear has been on top so far this afternoon for Southwest Minnesota State. The Mustangs have scored 12 of the first 15 points of this match.